Hello and welcome to Schnozzcast, episode 70
what?
I'll start it again. Hello and welcome to Schnozzcast, episode 77 for Friday, June 12th, 2020. Feels good?
Yeah.
Yeah? On time?
Well,
I mean, technically it's just 10:33, but Cory was early enough in the setup to walk around aimlessly, muttering to himself and trying to look for things that he could adjust for no reason.
Well, he was early enough to realize that there were no problems, so he had to subconsciously create problems.
Yeah. So well done.
He was able to get all the lights in position and working, and then shut them off and forgot about them and sat down and put on his headphones.
It happens. It happens.
All right, so going around the room, introducing our cast for tonight. To my left, Mr. Nicholas Bader.
Good evening.
Ooh, I like that. Good evening. To his left.
Let's go with you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I see what you're doing. To his right is me,
Bob
Rankin.
Mr. Bob Rankin.
Yeah.
Schnoz Rankin. That's how it came about. That's how it came about.
Is it? No, I got to give half credit to Dr. Philanton for that. He's got a serious, proboscis, as they say, in this scientific world. Right, Danielle?
Absolutely.
Well, Cory, you have to tell me now. I'm not watching, so are we dishing to the other table now? Is that what we're doing?
We can switch over.
Yeah,
We switched over.
All right.
Look at that.
So look at that lovely couple over there, starting with the better of the two halves, Ms. Danielle Finn.
Hello.
Hello.
Just so we're all aware, she is listed as the brains on the show now currently. So
Hold on.
Wait, what? Who decided to list her as that?
What?
Not me.
she said it was the brains or nothing, so I had to go with the brains.
I said nothing. I had no idea he did any of that.
Wow.
Well, that makes sense.
You know he does all this when I'm sleeping, so I have no idea what any of it
Yeah,
is.
but what does he do when we're not on the podcast?
Exactly. That's what I want to know.
And to her immediate right, Mr. Cory Slesky.
Oh, hey.
Gentlemen and ladies. Everybody doing okay?
Yeah,
Rough week?
just long.
Yeah. What was work like this week? Exhausting?
Yeah, it's just getting just getting used to like a new schedule still.
Okay. A new sort of operating procedures?
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
And how much of a pain in the ass is that?
a lot.
Obviously, you're doing it for safety, so who am I to shit all over that? But I'm sure it's no fun.
No, it's really hard to chase children around with a mask on your face.
Right. Can you use some sort of nets or bear traps, perhaps?
Yeah, we have like face shields too, but
You catch them with face shields?
no. So instead of wearing like a mask,
Back in when they're going around the
right?
corner.
No, we can wear.
Sit down.
We've
We have
woven
face
these
shields.
120 face shields together. If the kids even step into the middle of it, a snare grabs them by the legs and pulls them towards the ceiling. Yeah.
Just legs flailing out from the rope bindings.
The shield not worked again.
So enrollments are up then at your at your place of business.
Well, we have more people coming back
Okay.
with like things being lifted more. We have more families calling to
Okay.
come back. So,
Things lifted. Coming up. Lifting, as it were.
yes.
Okay. Excellent. Well, hopefully everybody out there in the internet tubes is doing well. Seems like Michigan is pretty much open for business now.
Yeah, we passed by Midway on the way here,
You did?
and insanely packed.
Really?
Pub's back open, driving range is back open.
Coronavirus doesn't affect anyone at Midway. Completely sterile, sanitized.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. Oh, it's ridiculously easy to sanitize a miniature golf course.
Yes.
In case you didn't know that. I mean, it's kind of common knowledge. Come on, Danielle.
And giant slingshot trampoline.
People were on it.
Think of the coronavirus just being like flung everywhere.
Yeah. What is that? So I've never been on one.
A trampoline?
No, the kind that they have.
Okay.
What's the difference between that and a normal trampoline? Just because you have some harness, what does that do?
The normal kids, the special kids who end up always like jumping off and hitting the metal with their heads and ending up in the hospital, that doesn't happen anymore.
Well, because that's what it actually used to be years ago before you actually moved over here. The trampolines were just these big pits dug in the ground, and there was a trampoline just stretched over the top of that pit.
That sounds safe.
It was very safe.
Totally safe.
I mean, it was awesome though, because you'd get like, if you had a really cool attendant that was watching over it, you weren't supposed to bounce from one trampoline to the next because that was forbidden.
Yeah, because there's like a big 6 foot strip of cement in between.
But if you had some teenage kid that didn't care, he'd let you bounce in between trampolines. So you and your friends would have to. He was too busy smoking, so he didn't really care.
Did you know about this from experience?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh yeah, we were there plenty of times.
It's fine.
Oh my God.
Go ahead and jump. It's fine.
I don't know if there's an amount of money I would not pay to see you jumping on a trampoline.
Even to this day.
I was quite nimbly bimbly.
You could just see little
little
half-inch jumps. The feet are only coming a half inch off the tram. No, that's high enough. That's fine.
I want to go back for just 1 second to nimbly bimbly.
Nimbly bimbly.
Okay.
Again with the LYs.
Have we not moved on to? Are you rationing toilet paper this
No.
month? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Just a square to spare. That's it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
All right, so let's get into housekeeping for this week. I don't really have any housekeeping for this week.
Oh.
I mean, apart from the obvious, we kind of went through last week, we've had a sea change in the podcast now where, with any luck, it sounds like we're hearing that on the Facebook Live we sound as good as we sound on iTunes or your podcast platform of choice, which is something that we've always wanted to do. And so now there's really...
Because you need to be shorter.
I can't. Oh, see, this is a definite advantage of Facebook Live because I just can't describe to you, dear audio listener, the majesty of watching Cory click, 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 drop down the 6 inches
But it was like
in his chair.
Boom.
Cory was attempting to adjust the lumbar support in his chair when he went down further into the basement. His knees were up to his nipples.
I wish these chairs had lumbar support. That'd be fantastic.
Oh God. So yeah, we're sounding better, looking better, I think. And Cory's literally beside himself with all of the gadgets and toys and trinkets that he's got to play with now at his disposal. And really, I can only imagine that Alan Christensen is looking down on the podcast now like a proud papa.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Alan, if you're out there listening, thank you, sir. A lot of this would not be possible without your help and input.
Let's just say most of it.
Yeah, so everything's running smoothly. We're much further in than we were last episode. Trying all this, so
yeah, he'd still go, okay, you guys got a long way to go, but we're way beyond what we were last time. He gave us some advice.
Well, then, yeah, and as you mentioned, as far as the quality for the live stream, I feel is much, much better.
Yeah.
Let's hope. Well, I was in the Facebook Live and it booted me out, and I just went and restarted it, and so I think it's working again.
Oh, I was like, I don't have any problems.
All right. So you guys do understand that while we've dropped the resolution of the video that we're streaming down from Switcher Studio there, that everybody who's currently streaming this on their phone that doesn't need to is sucking that bandwidth away from Switcher Studio.
That's right.
Just so you guys know.
That's correct, Bob.
So you understand what you're doing is probably not advisable, and yet you continue to do it.
I actually had a couple workarounds for that Cory and I spitballed a little bit, and one of them included the Wi-Fi extender in the garage, but he didn't bring it back up, so I didn't bring it in.
Uh-oh.
He's got it all taken care of. It's all working just fine.
It is.
How about using the other channel on the Wi-Fi network?
Could do that too.
Are we doing that, Cory?
No, we're good right now.
Okay, hold on. So you got here thinking that we were starting 30 minutes earlier than we actually were supposed to start, and we're walking around like a puppy who'd lost his bone, trying to look for something to do, And you didn't do that?
No, because then I would have had to reconnect all the phones and everything to a new network. So,
But you were pretty excited about that last I talked to you.
yeah, but Nick got it for his garage, not for down here. So,
Okay. But the channels you could have done, right?
yeah, I still would have had to switch everything over to the guest network. But
He did happen to tell me as I was doing a stunning rendition of Centerfield by John Fogerty that I was being very annoying. So,
By the Centerfield rendition or by
no,
some other means?
by me,
Okay.
because I was singing along to it.
Oh,
And he didn't appreciate that.
You
well.
weren't singing along to it; you were singing it,
Yeah,
and
And
for a usual Nick voice, it was not. It was not good.
wow.
Yeah, there you go.
okay. Well, we need to.
I don't think he likes any of my
We
voices.
need to bring
though.
this back into a little our little tribe and just remember we're all here for each other.
It was all in good fun.
I love you, man.
Well, thanks.
way too early in the night for that.
Yeah. All right. So if you're new to the Schnozzcast, welcome. Bienvenidos. Bienvenue. Willkommen to the show. Peoples from around the world, including Ghana, Bosnia-Herzegovina,
Oh.
and formerly Myanmar, but perhaps Burma.
It'll always be Myanmar to me. Always.
So welcome. And if you like what you hear, or you've got any questions or some existential questions or comments or something you want us to talk about, questions you have for us, we'd be happy to answer them on the air. Send it to schnozzcast@gmail.com. That's SCHNOZZ cast@gmail.com.
What was that again, Bob?
SCH as in NOZZ as in Naz cast@gmail.com.
All right.
Danielle, what is it not?
I don't remember what I said before.
You don't remember what it
Just
wasn't?
say what you think it is. It'll be what it isn't.
No.
It's the schnozzcast@gmail.com.
No, I think I said Schnozzcast podcast.
Yeah, yes,
That's what it
that's
was.
it exactly. Oh, good times. All right, so I think I'm the only one who's got some booze news stories, so I've got a couple quick ones I'll go through. Unless Cory, you have some.
I got one for you.
No,
I
shit.
do.
You go right ahead, sir.
Oh yeah, you can. I have it pulled up. I've had
Alrighty.
it for like a couple weeks now, and I just never got around to it.
What?
A likely tale.
Holding back on us. I don't believe it for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I have that's probably not. That's not one of them. Let's go to this one. Oh, okay. So I don't know. It's not really a news story, but it's maybe that's a question for I can make it a question for the group.
Should we have a button for booze news?
We should have a button for everything.
Like, now it's time for booze news.
That should.
Like that could be our noise for booze news.
Can you do that one more time?
No.
If you do it one more time, we can isolate everybody, and I can record that, take it out, snip it out, and put it on the button.
Snippets and the clippets.
And now it's time for booze news.
That's it. I can do that.
Okay.
Done.
Done.
You just saved
Trademark.
me. You just saved me $15 on Fiverr.com. I don't have to have an English woman read it. Excellent. So it's been a long week for me with a couple of different trying to close out a couple of different projects for work today and kick off a couple more. And I really just haven't been getting a lot of sleep, which for me is pretty rare. Like generally, if I go to bed, I'm asleep instantly. And look at Danielle trying to stifle a yawn as I'm speaking.
I
It's
haven't.
like, oh, I feel like yawning now.
Looked like a grizzly up against a hickory tree.
So I've been trying to kind of find different ways to. I'm not a fan of like just falling asleep to nothing. So I generally either put music on or I'll put the TV on or something like that. So I happened to run across. I was just searching through. I probably was looking at the Facebook Live from last week and ended up over at YouTube. And I just did a search for the world's most relaxing music. And I found on YouTube there's a clip called The World's Most Relaxing Film. And along with that, in the up next, it gives you like all these other suggestions. So there's a whole subgenre that I was not even aware of, where it's just videos of like drones flying over Scotland for like an hour.
Oh, didn't you? You had that on down here one day, didn't you?
You
Nick?
did?
It's I
Yeah. I was
That was amazing.
I was the trendsetter first. I did that years ago. No, when you were navigated to the things and sounds and visualizations that relax people, did it give any kind of link to the Schnozzcast? No.
It should have. It should have.
Wait, that's us.
Trouble sleeping? Perhaps you'd like to listen to our podcast.
I thought sure as hell you were going to say, so I went and turned on the Schnozzcast and fell asleep instantly. I'm like, come on, Bob.
I'm sure Danielle could. Have you ever thought of that before this night?
No, I really don't typically need help falling asleep.
Just instantly, right away?
If Bob...
Normally I'm the same way.
If Bob, very close to the mic, read you stories, like different bedtime stories, would that be relaxing to you?
Better yet, I'll just describe what I do for a living. And you'd be like...
No, because it seems when Bob tells a long, like, involved story, you're like...
It's not even an involved story anymore. No, I literally, when I start telling the story, I look over at her. It's within seconds. She's like, the mouth starts to go like... Like it's I
like
don't
it
know. I'm just got something in my teeth and trying to.
I notice it when she has the I just went for a swim in the ocean and accidentally opened my eyes because she gets out of the water and then she's like, she's really trying to, really squinting.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a whole.
I'm sorry, guys.
So Cory, do you have any trouble falling asleep or do you same thing?
Yeah, right.
No, it's different. I have to be ready to fall asleep. Otherwise, there's no falling asleep.
Like at work.
There's no falling asleep. So if you have to go to bed because you're like, man, if I don't go to bed now.
Oh, I'll be up.
Really?
Yes.
And nothing you do will put you to sleep.
I can't say I've come across anything yet.
Okay.
But
Nick?
once he's laid his head down, he's gone.
No, he's saying like if he lays his head down but he's not ready to go to sleep yet.
Right. But if he's ready to go to sleep, it doesn't take anything.
Okay. So what is a light switch that just goes like, okay, I'm ready now? How do you know when you're ready?
Usually when it's just late enough and I'm tired.
But how do you know? Like, do your eyes start watering? Do you start yawning? What is it that happens? So you're like, oh.
I just get real heavy.
His eyes get heavy? Okay.
His one AAA Cory battery goes dead.
That's right.
The sun comes up.
It charges his whole body for a day. Yeah. Slowly the tambourines stop.
Didn't we cover this last episode? I'm not the fucking clapping monkey.
You see, you shouldn't have said that because now I love doing it.
No, Nick, I'll be a wind-up toy. I'm not going to be a fucking tambourine
You
monkey.
would prefer to be a stallion.
Yeah. No. No.
Already done.
If I could do a wind-up stallion, I would in a hot second, but I can't.
Maybe like a stallion on the way to the glue farm.
Just a lonely trudge.
Yeah.
Last walk for me. What about you, Nick?
Oh, no, I can fall asleep anywhere, anytime.
Okay. Yeah. I honestly have not had this problem before. And maybe it's because I knew I had to stay up late. And in order to do that, like I'm going to bed at like 3:30 in the morning. And I got something about my brain. If I don't get 6 hours, like it doesn't matter what time I go to bed, what time I get up. I'm going to have a really, really difficult time waking up if I haven't had 6 hours of sleep. So if there's less than 6 hours before I like have to get like the alarm has to get me up, I know I'm automatically fucked. So I've been like chugging caffeine to try to stay awake, and now I've had so much caffeine I can't go to sleep. I'm just laying there and my eyes are wide open. I'm like, fuck, heart's beating like a rabbit. I'm like, what can I do to go to sleep? Most relaxing film on YouTube.
Well, I would think the low roar of the industrial sounds of your Alpnea machine would
Alpnea
was made in Alpena, Michigan.
I do have that sleep Alpina. That sleep Alpina. It's tough. You would think so, but no. Maybe if someone else is wearing it, it'd be like a fan going off in the corner. But when you're wearing it, no.
When you're wearing it, you can't hear
it. No, it's not the same noise because you're right there. It's the sound of your breathing just magnified by 100.
Sounds scary.
I wonder if there's any sleep machines out there that do include a CPAP.
It is a CPAP machine.
No, I'm saying like the sound machines.
Like the white noise ones?
That play like white noise in the
machine
ocean.
Itself?
Yeah.
Probably not. They're expensive enough as it is.
CPAP puts me right to sleep.
My niece had a CPAP machine and it would make those noises like they make in the ICU when people like have irregular heartbeats. It'd go
Like an,
beep, beep,
What?
beep, 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 beep. Like,
how are
and
you
if
supposed to fall asleep with that?
she was an infant. It was one of those apnea machines because it would tell you from a distance, like, oh, there's some irregularity.
Because
here.
if you didn't hear it, she might die, and so it'd be in your best interest to go
exactly.
like, get up because it's making noise.
Right.
That makes more sense, I guess.
Yeah, I didn't know she was a baby.
Right.
You started that story. I'm like, why would you go to sleep with something like that? Would be worse.
If I was an adult with that, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Why did that machine wake me up to tell me I had a regular heartbeat? I should have just died.
Yeah, I thought about it. Wanted to die, couldn't die.
I can't fall asleep anywhere. It goes to Uncle Ray's. Can I have another shot? Bob. Yeah. Who's taking me home? No, we're doing another shot.
There's been that. Yeah. But this week I'm like, oh, for those days where I could just fall asleep on the drop of a hat. So the only other news story I think I had was I think it was probably the same night. I'm like, how do I just calm down and sort of like lull myself into that like I'm ready to go to bed state. So I found this website called donothingfor2minutes.com.
So is the advice just to do nothing for 2 minutes?
Yes.
What? Okay.
And if you don't do nothing for 2 minutes, clock restarts.
How does the website know?
If you touch a keyboard or remove your mouse at all.
Then don't touch your computer.
But that's the test. You don't realize how hard it is to sit at your computer and actually like not do anything for 2 full minutes. I did it. I tripped it twice because I'm like, is this really working? And I'm like, oh shit.
Okay, Bob, you literally just said you don't know what it's like to be at your computer for 2 minutes and not do anything.
Yeah.
He spends 7 minutes stroking his beard, squinting at the screen, trying to figure out his next move like he's playing chess.
First of all, I'm clean shaven, sir. Shorn.
He.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about me.
No, him.
Oh, Cory?
Because you said to him, you're like, you don't know what it's like to sit at your computer for 2 minutes and not have to touch it. Oh, yeah, he does.
I forgot who I was talking to.
Exactly. He's not moving mice around and doing all that stuff.
There's a lot of beard stroking.
There's like a lot of heavy thinking, a lot of heavy petting of his beard.
Someone's got to do it.
Couple tongue
I don't think anyone has to do it.
There's some arm folding. If there's an arm folding,
hey, at least I could get through the 2 minutes without accidentally touching my mouse.
And Cory, this is a
this working?
This is a family podcast. Keep your mouse in the house, okay?
Anyway, I thought, honestly, when I saw this website, I thought about sending the link to Joe because I thought there's no way he would ever be able to make it. He would throw his laptop across the room.
Fucking embarrassing.
Yeah. That's Booze News, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Cory, for the story.
You're welcome.
Yeah. No, I'm saying thank you for the story, like legitimately. You had a story to contribute.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've had this one on the back burner for a little bit. This was in the midst of the coronavirus. But apparently people were kind of having a loss and were really missing their local strip club. So
when you say people, are you trying to shield names to protect these?
They are just certain people. We will not say what their names are. They are certain people.
No, it was as a matter of fact, a strip club in Portland, Oregon.
No.
That has found a novel way to stay afloat during the coronavirus pandemic. Unfortunately, it's not the best place ever in Portland, Oregon, known as Mary's Place.
Damn it.
The Lucky Devil Lounge transformed itself into Lucky Devil Eats, which dancers would deliver food and has a to-go license. A drive-up service where takeout orders come in with in-car experience that includes performances, music, and lights under canopies.
Lights under canopies.
So after closing in March under the stay-at-home order, owner Sean Bolden decided on March 17th to transform the business. His statement was, I was like, okay, well, let's keep the kitchen open, he said. Let's keep the cooks working at least, and let's open up the kitchen to food deliveries. Almost overnight, Lucky Devil put about a dozen of its employees back to work. They wear masks and gloves and get their temperatures taken each day they're at work. When quarantine shutdowns started happening, I was very anxious about my future and my financial security with my family, said one dancer. Alice Stranger, which they actually named, that's weird. I am the sole caregiver for my small family, but I was lucky. I've been really lucky to pivot. The operation evolved to include takeout, with dancers entertaining customers as they drove slowly through the lounge's disco-lit car park before getting their food to go.
Oh my god.
It feels really, really good to socialize even from a distance, Miss Stranger said. Mr. Bolden said he wanted to replicate some of the club's indoor experience without being too lewd. There's no nudity, Mr. Bolden said. We wanted people to be able to take photos and videos and share this on their Instagram story.
Bring your families.
Because it's just going to be a fun thing.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, kids, guess where we're going? Lucky Devil Eats.
Laughs aplenty.
Lucky Devil is ineligible for federal coronavirus relief because of his adult business, he said, but he found a way to keep it going. The main service that we're providing with this food delivery is a little bit of fun, a little bit of hope, and a little bit of just entertainment at our doorstep.
I feel like they're giving more than that.
Yeah, I'm very sure.
You left a couple
case.
things out there, Mr. Bolden.
I'm very sure Mr. Bolden is not being very upfront about everything that's going on at Lucky Devil Eats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just go ahead and get in the car, Cinnamon.
Do you guys have a bathroom on the premises that I could use?
Doorman.
Ma'am, could you show me where that's at? I'm a little confused. I've only been here 4 or 5 times.
I've only looped through 6 times. All these hamburgers, I don't know what to do with.
It's so distracting.
I keep on just pulling up.
All that beef everywhere. Did you ever watch Happy Days?
Oh, I caught reruns on Nick at Night.
Yeah?
Yeah, I never.
The ones that you watched, were they the original ones, like the first season?
Ooh, that I couldn't tell you.
You could tell because Fonzie wasn't wearing his black leather jacket. It was actually
just
like
a white T-shirt.
No, it was a white T-shirt, and he had like his coat was almost
jean,
like a
jean shirt.
No, it was almost. It was almost. You gonna take another guess?
Flannel.
Keep going.
I was like, why don't you just let him tell
Denim.
you?
No, this is fun. This is more fun.
It's a sports coat.
Close.
Ooh,
No, not even close.
damn it.
It was like a members only jacket without the
Oh,
epaulets.
Yeah.
I guess whatever it was, but it was like a beige coat.
Okay,
like off white.
How did I not go with the members only jacket? God damn it.
I don't know. He still rode the bike, but you could tell that's that first season. So they spent a lot of time at Mel's Drive-In before it was Arnold's, and Mel's Drive-In, just like American Graffiti, the movie that it was based on, they had a lot of scenes where the waitresses were on roller skates, and you would pull up to, and you'd have the little thing right here.
Right,
And
yeah,
they bring out the tray and sit on your window. Just the way it used to be. I wish that would be so cool if they did that somewhere still.
Dailies used to do it.
Roller skating waitresses?
Yes.
A&W used to.
But they don't anymore.
No, but A&W has gone back to, they have the waitresses that'll walk up to your car, so you park in the actual carport.
Yeah.
So does Sonic.
I saw that. I just didn't know if it was just for show.
Yeah, no, they actually bring your food out to you.
Okay.
Like I say, A&W does the same thing. As a matter of fact, I want to say the A&W that we went to out, where were we at that we stopped at that A&W with your family?
Lowndes County,
your
Georgia.
Up in Port Sanilac.
So yeah, say it in the voice.
Or on the way to Port Sanilac.
Perhaps you were in Lowndes County, Georgia.
That's where it all happens.
Dude, that voice is now it's now an endangered species.
Well, it's probably offensive.
The voice isn't offensive.
Everything's offensive about it, Bob.
No.
Take it off the air.
No.
But yeah, the A&W up in Port Sanilac, I want to say there were a couple girls there actually wearing roller skates.
Yeah, there were.
Oh, that would be so amazing.
It's like it's like the only restaurant in town, and so like everyone that's in high school works there, and that's where everyone flocks to. They have the car meets just about every single night because in Port Sanilac, that's all you have to do. But yeah, there was a couple there that had roller skates on.
Did you just subtly shit on Port Sanilac?
Yes.
Okay.
It's really nice there, though.
What about all the people from Port Sanilac that are listening?
Oh, hey guys, your town is fantastic.
Oh, hey, Phil and Cynthia. Sorry for putting your town down.
This was in Lowndes County?
Oh, they're in Port Sanilac?
Lowndes County, Georgia.
Right.
I can't even do that.
An innocent couple thought they'd go out for a drink and a float, but little did they know they'd cause an 18 roller skating waitress pileup.
Oh, man. All right, so you poured all these, and now we're going to have to walk.
I know. I wondered why you poured them and then sat back down.
Well, because Cory knows the placement. I don't know whose is whose.
Oh, middle two, Danielle and I. Far one, Nick. And then the one on the... Whoa. Easy.
I put them together because we're a couple, Bob. We're a couple, so they need to be next to each other. That's what couples do.
All right.
Cheers.
Oh, 31 minutes in before the first shot. What in the fuck is going on?
We're actually only about maybe...
31 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Since I hit record, it's right there.
It's getting even longer.
That's the beautiful part is that now I don't have to guess because of breaks or whatever. That's literally sitting
I was
right
going to
there
say,
in front
well,
of me.
because I started mine 10 minutes early, so then I looked, and we're at 40.
Oh, that's right. Oh, you did the thing.
intro screen, yeah.
Yeah, which looked good, by the way. All right. Time for a little... Oh, wait. Hold on. We have to assume maybe there's people that haven't heard us before. And they don't know what the fuck's going on.
There's probably a lot of people that haven't heard us before.
All right, so what we do here is every, let's say 20, 30 minutes, or when we get thirsty, we like to pour a shot. So if you'd like to join us and you're out there right now and have something, go ahead and pour yourself something and we'll wait. Now you're ready. Thanks for making it quick. And we'll do one together. Here's to you.
Cheers. Ooh-wee.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, that was what Dr. McGillicuddy prescribed. A little bit of apple pie, some spice.
What?
I thought you had her. I'm like, oh, I thought she was on the verge of laughing really hard.
No.
I'm
she's
shaking.
she's
'Cause
trying.
you had that look in your eye like it's going to be either a dad joke or it's going to be something really Cory-centric that's going to set her off.
Well, after these couple shots go down smoothly,
yeah.
there's going to be a higher probability
Oh, yeah.
of Princess Giggles visiting.
Princess Giggles.
Princess Giggles. Don't know about that.
Hey, Nick, you know what we haven't done in a while?
What's that, Bob?
Danielle's Word Box.
Ah, Danielle's Word Box.
Speaking of Princess Giggles, perhaps we could bring out the Word Box.
The Word Box?
Yes.
You're going to have to get the Word Box today, Bob.
Son of a...
I experienced a back injury this week, and me getting that Word Box would have caused a yelp that would have been very loud over the microphones.
That would have been really bad.
I was like,
Yep.
All right, Cory, there it is. So let's, while Cory's doing the shaking, maybe Nick could do the bacon.
Is there? Oh, there's still a couple left.
Yeah.
there's a ton in
Can you give our new listeners a very, very brief explanation, sir, as to what's going on here, Mr. Nick Bader?
Well, Danielle's Word Box is a menagerie of different Hindi words,
Menagerie.
or SCH, words that sound like perhaps rainy fronts coming through. Perhaps you're on the seashore. These words originated when at the beginning of the
it was supposed to be quick.
at the beginning of our
He muted me.
at the beginning of our podcast. At the beginning of our podcast, where Daniela attempted to no,
No, they're both number 3.
oh, bastards.
I told you no one's number 4
Oh, how are they both the same one?
because it's too long and I have them going into a splitter.
Oh, well, kill two birds with one stone.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Moving
but
on.
she attempted to talk about some sort of vodka company that had a lot of SCHs in it. And so a
it
segment
the-
was born.
Was it the Wish Vodka Company?
No. It
The
was
Wishy Washy Vodka Company of
it was
Walla Walla,
the-
Washington?
It was a weird off company. And of course, we had to exploit her
Naturally.
and her shortcomings.
That's what we're all about here.
And she's actually said off camera that this is why she keeps coming back.
That's not true.
She says she projects herself as to be a little perturbed by it, but she actually, enjoys being in the spotlight.
No, that's
No pun intended.
I know all about this. I've been exploited all my life.
not true.
So Danielle's word box.
5 hours later.
Everyone needs an
Saucy.
explanation.
This should be good.
She is a little sassy.
Oh, that looks like a tongue twister there.
Sweet sassy Molassy.
I don't know what that one word is.
Fantastic. We got ourselves a winner.
That one.
Don't ask.
Yeah.
Hold
I'm
on.
not asking him. I'm just
You're
showing him what word.
For
I'm
the
not
purposes of help
really
from him.
sure
Why
what
would
the
you
word,
show?
how to say it is.
You're already spending way too much time. You just have to. It has to roll right off the tongue.
Come on.
I'm
Take
sorry.
forever.
We took a long time to explain what it was.
No, I did.
Take forever.
Jesus. Okay. The 6 Shrek. Ooh, I don't know what it is. 6 sheep's sick. Shrieks? Is that what that word is?
Negative.
I don't know what that word is.
What would you call a deity or a revered priest of the Arabic culture?
I have no fucking clue.
So they would not do very good on
I
password.
hate when we have to cut segments out of the podcast.
A sheik or a sheikh?
A sheik?
Sheik.
A shake.
I was trying to give her 2 options to pick from.
You could have just held your
Why
hand
would
up.
you do that?
Is it a sheik?
Sheik.
A sheik.
Yes.
Start again.
The 6th sick sheik's 6th sheep's sick.
There it is.
Oh my God. She never disappoints, ladies and gentlemen.
Danielle Finn.
I think that's the only time I've ever read it twice.
And
That is true.
it
I
is
think
not
I-
lost on us.
I think you forgot about your own rule. I only do it once.
Well, but we cut her some slack there, and she
I
got some
wanted
help
to
from
say the word right.
Mr. Celeste.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right. Good job, Danielle.
Thanks.
Always a good sport. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Are we getting the typical backlash from the Facebook group for the Daniel's Word Box segment?
No, Gina did say story time with Nick, though.
Mm-hmm. She's Mama Gina coming in strong.
I say it was. She's got to take.
That's a storm front coming in right there.
She's got to take it out on someone now that Joe's not here to.
Well, I mean, it only makes sense.
I don't even want to know why
I'm
it makes
not sure
sense.
why.
So
Yeah, why wouldn't you just-
don't lead him into that.
No, because I'm the
Be
biggest
happy.
asshole in the room. That's why it makes sense.
So, we're done with booze news. We did a little Daniel's Word Box. I don't think we really can do. We could do a pick for Gentleman's Agreement.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we have nothing to discuss, but we can do a
Well,
pick.
so we did. Remember last week you and I gave reviews, but Nick and Danielle did not. Nick gets a pass because there was some kerfuffle between him and I as far as like what it was supposed to be watched, and it was too late for him to watch it. So I'm pushing it to next week. But Danielle, did you have a chance to watch what you were going to watch?
I didn't have anything.
Oh, hold
I
on.
swear to God, you had something.
No,
Hold
because
on.
you wanted him to
Oh,
watch
sorry.
more Lost.
Yeah, 2 more episodes of Lost.
Yeah.
They were supposed to watch together.
Right. So what about that? Oh,
Come
come on. Come on.
Unless he watched them on his own.
You know that didn't happen.
did not. That definitely did not happen.
Surely you jest.
So all you needed to do was push him and go, come on, dude, you got something to watch. I'll watch it with you. And then you're covered.
I mean, there really wasn't any time to actually do
I would say
it.
that this is my first night off this week.
Okay.
So every night I've come home, she's been sleeping already.
Because I
Okay.
wake up at like 5.
And then Cory's up
Until
5.
Until 5.
So you're up for 5 hours.
Do you guys do the high five in the hallway?
Yeah,
Your turn. Night. Morning.
pretty much.
Morning, Ralph. Morning, Sam.
Morning, Danielle. Cory.
All right. So yeah, we could do it. We could do a new round of picks, except for Nick, because I really want him to watch that, and I need to give him a pass. So maybe just 3 of us. Will
That's
that work?
fine.
All right. Cory, do I need to do something by sharing my screen here or no? I don't need to necessarily.
If you would like to, you can.
I got to start the old
Start the old Switchercast.
Switchercast. I can do that. Hold on.
So I can't give anything out yet?
No, who would you give it to? You can't get without getting one, right?
I don't know.
I just started it up.
Nick, Gina did say she would only call you an asshole in the nicest way.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you,
So
Gina.
what does that mean?
I don't know.
Ask her to clarify. What does that mean? The nicest way.
I don't know.
I'm curious.
Like a push me down on the playground kind of way?
I don't know. I'll let you know when she responds.
Oh, I'm glad I'm the topic of the conversation in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So numbers.
Never would have thought that.
Numbers for.
Hang on, Bob. We're gonna share you right now.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. So I'm just going to take this and see if we can do something that doesn't involve Nick, because otherwise I have to rejigger this whole thing.
Cory, what is pick of question mark? That list?
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah, we're going to get to that.
So as you guys can see on your screens right now.
All right, I'm just going to refresh. I'm just going to refresh all these. So let's do Danielle first. So Danielle, ready? Randomized. Boom. You got Nick. That can't work. Ready? You got yourself. That can't also work. Ready? You got me.
Perfect.
All right, Cory.
I gotta look up what it's called.
You can't get me. That means you got Danielle. All right, and I got you. That's the only way that could work.
Son of a bee. All right.
Right?
So,
all right. All right. You can stop sharing that now. We know. Danielle's got me. You got her. I got you.
So
I might as well go first because I already know what I'm going to
go ahead.
You got. So what was the last one you watched?
Last one I watched was Death Proof.
Death Proof. Tarantino, right?
Correct.
We're gonna keep on going. That means the next one is Inglourious Bastards.
Motherfucker. Come on.
No.
Dude.
Why? Okay, hold on. How many of you watched now? You watched Reservoir Dogs? I didn't make you watch Pulp Fiction because I know you've already seen it.
Yes, I've seen
top
Pulp
to
Fiction.
bottom, right? You watched Jackie Brown. You watched Kill Bill 1, Kill Bill 2, Death Proof. You made it through 5. And dare I say, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I feel like you might have a deeper appreciation for the man's directing style, his body of work.
Yeah,
Now, it's not like I'm making you watch the Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure of Tarantino's whole body of work. This is one of his best films.
So you say.
But
I do say.
In the words of Joey from the episode of Friends that they were celebrating Thanksgiving, you don't put words in people's mouth. You put turkey in people's mouth.
That is true. I don't want to put turkey in your mouth, Cory, but I will say.
I'd rather you put turkey in my mouth.
I like the Renaissance Festival legs, the smoked turkey legs.
Oh, hell yeah.
I have been waiting for this day for a long time because we've been building up to this.
Yeah,
when
fantastic.
I started Reservoir Dogs and I'm like, oh, we're going to go down to Jackie Brown next time I get Cory. I'm like, sooner or later, we're going to get to that.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with it is he knows that there's subtitles in it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Be a man.
Get over it.
Get over it, dude.
So you gotta read a little.
Today.
Tahi.
The Harry. It's the.
So here are the rules. You ready?
Let's hear him.
You got to watch it start to finish. No, like, oh, I watched 20 minutes and then 4 days later I watched another 20 minutes. None of that bullshit.
Come on, Cory,
Start
not
to
cool,
finish.
man.
Yeah,
Not
start
cool.
to finish.
4.5 hours straight.
It's not 4.5 hours.
I'll say most Tarantino movies are.
It's not short, but it's not 4.5 hours.
There's a lot of Gaelic words too.
So you got to watch it start to finish. Secondly, you got to watch it with the subtitles on.
Oh, yay.
In other words, I mean, you shouldn't have to do anything. You shouldn't have to change anything about your TV. So when it comes on and the first segment, Hans Landa is speaking German, you're going to see English subtitles at the bottom. So you're going to have to read, but you're going to hear him speak in that way because and it's for a particular reason, because that character and language are absolutely essential to the plot and the whole movie. So if you fuck around and you just go, I'm going to turn on the English track.
Sons of bitches.
So I can hear him speak English. I don't have to read. It's going to fuck up the movie for you.
I'm already getting angry.
Why? Why would you be getting angry? I'm literally only asking him to do what any other person in the world would do watching this movie.
Because I can see the pain and desperation in my good friend's
Because he
eyes.
doesn't want to have to. He wants to be able to go like, I'm gonna be fucking around with my little videos, and I'm gonna out of the corner of my eye. I might be watching a little
The videos for the good of all of us.
The part of you doing the video is a video of you doing the podcast, and on the podcast you are supposed to have a job, and you got to do that job. Otherwise, why the fuck are you doing the video?
I can always tell when he's in distress because the blonde lashes start to flutter, just like that, like a scared butterfly.
Scared?
Yeah, oh, terrified.
Let's just say I'm a high-strung butterfly. Let's go.
No, Cory.
I'm good with that. Oh, Cory. You're looking at me while you're saying it.
Blonde
and
lashes.
I was talking.
Who in the room has blonde lashes?
I used to have blonde lashes.
We're on the gray side now.
Well,
I thought you had brown hair.
when I was I was a young lad, but not when I was a young lad, I had blonde hair.
Oh, so way back when.
Yeah.
So blonde.
Said a ways ago.
Blonde, brown,
Gray.
Mel Gibson.
Exactly. Mel Gibson.
Or what's his name?
wow.
Harrison Ford.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
So blonde, brown, racist. No, blonde, brown, yeah. Salt and pepper. Distinguished, as the ladies say. Right, Danielle?
Exactly.
Steve Martin.
Thank you for backing me up. Well,
Steve Martin.
Steve Martin was
white.
He was white when he was
Yes.
like 28.
Yeah.
What's the other guy?
So far you've pulled out Mel Gibson and Steve Martin. Those are your two.
Who's the guy from Officer and a Gentleman?
Richard Gere?
Yes.
All right, now you better.
There you go.
Now you got something going.
Okay.
Yeah. I got nowhere else to go.
Was that the
Yeah, it's
impression?
from the
Oh.
movie. Yeah,
Well, I figured that much.
dude. And once we get to the
I just wanted to
Tarantino,
make
guess what
sure.
you're getting? You're getting Officer and Gentleman. Once we're done this Tarantino shit,
Oh, that's
that's
a
what
good
you're
movie.
getting. It's a great movie.
Just wanted to
Ayo
make sure.
days. Anyway, yes, you must do that. You must leave the subtitles on. You can't change the audio track to anything else but the native, like what it's supposed to be in.
Oh, this is going to be painful for Cory.
Yes,
No,
it is.
it's going to be you. I'm telling you, you're going to thank me about it. The movie is
ooh.
the movie's amazing, and they don't. It's not like none of the movies in English, but the movie jumps back and forth between several different languages for a reason, and you're going to find out what that is. Look, have you watched any of the Tarantino films you've watched? Has he done anything where you've been like, that was stupid, why'd you do that? Everything he does is pretty much for a reason, and it goes to further the plot in the story.
I especially like the Swedes that were in the movie.
Haven't seen it yet, so
Could be full of Swedes, as far as you know.
it could be.
It could be lousy with Swedes.
Not looking forward to this.
Inglorious Bastards.
Oh, thank you so much, Bob.
No, thank you, sir.
Yeah, no, I definitely appreciate it.
Cory's like, I got to read? What is this, homework?
It wouldn't be a problem if he was actually ever watching the screen out of more than the corner of one eye
No,
when he
because
was watching these movies.
He believes that he's a multitasker. He's not a multitasker.
No, he's
but
not.
He strongly believes that he is.
Because that's the third rule. When you come back to talk about it, no notes.
I haven't with the last two movies.
Right. And I noticed that. But I know this is going to bother you that you actually have to watch this one. You're going to try to do anything you can to get out of it. But I'm telling you, because you know you can't come back here and talk about notes, you're actually going to have to talk about it and have a dialogue, you're going to have to watch it.
You know what I think?
What's that?
I think that there should be a last-minute seat change. Right before he gives his review, you and him have to switch seats.
Why, you think he's written it like on the bottom of the chair?
No, he'll have it on one of those screens somehow, hidden.
You know what? Danielle is an upstanding young lady, and she will keep him honest. I trust her.
Will she?
Go ahead. So, what were you saying just a little bit ago about Cory? You said something, and Danielle was kind of like, kind of like sort of sideways, like really. That's what I'm counting on.
It's kind of like the
sideways, like he's reading off a screen now. Bob.
It's the fox watching the hen house, as far as I'm concerned.
You don't trust her?
They're a couple. You need to
But
throw out
look at
their
her
entire
face.
testimony.
She spends half of her time on the podcast laughing at shit you say, not at anything he says.
As far as our listeners are concerned, you guys are a couple too. So
But at the end of the day, that's
The end of the day.
That's her That's her
Get
boyfriend.
in the laneway. Yes, they are a girlfriend and boyfriend, but she is an upstanding young lady, and I know by putting her on the spot right now, she's more integrity than that.
Okay. I'll take it under advisement.
I will wage money on that. I believe in you, Danielle.
I was hoping you were going to say
you
wage
not
war.
so much. You, I believe in you.
I wage war on that.
Right. Hold up your scepter, sir.
Jesus Christ, Bob. No need to
How
go to
dare
war.
you, sir, besmirch my honor.
Oh.
Kind of lapsed into South Boston in that last part.
Yeah, I don't know what war was being waged in Boston.
My honor.
Sorry, I had just an epiphany in my own head.
In my head, that's the kind of
Thought he was gonna
gesture you make
fart.
when you
what's
when you
going on?
realize I have to take a shit immediately.
What's going on there, Sammy?
I'll be right back.
I got to go.
Hey there, Carla.
What are you doing?
She's trying to look at my screen.
Oh.
And
See, I knew it. That's why I trust her. So trustworthy.
I'm nosy.
Danielle, you're the best. All right, Danielle, you got
You
got me. You know what you want to?
I think so. I don't think you've seen it. Have you watched the documentary on Ted Bundy on Netflix?
No, but you've passed that back and forth like a bunch. I think I might be the only one here who hasn't seen it, right?
I don't know if I gave it to anybody.
I feel like between the three of you guys were for a while there. You were going back and forth about.
We were talking about how we
Serial
liked
killer.
it
Yeah, I don't know if I
Okay.
gave it to Nick. I think he just watched it.
But I
on
think
his own.
everybody's seen it here
on
probably,
my
except
own
for-
volition.
except
Yeah.
for me. Yeah. No, I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile. That's what it's
Now,
called.
aren't there a bunch of them?
There are. This is the one that where Zac Efron plays.
So
Ted
it's not
Bundy.
a documentary. This is more of like a biopic.
Right.
Okay. Is it better to watch than documentary? Have you watched them both?
Yeah. I like both of them. The last documentary we watched on it had like interviews with people, like the actual people.
Right. So better to watch a fictionalized account of that?
I think so because I think it gives you more like information on like the whole story from like his
Yeah?
perspective. Yeah.
Really?
Because I mean you don't get that from the documentaries or
All
from
right.
like the last one we watched. I mean he's obviously not in it, so
Right. Okay.
it's really well done though.
All right.
So that was the what is it like?
Extremely wicked and
Yeah, but it's Ted Bundy.
Yes.
Like it's not a biography. It's
were you listening to anything we were just talking about?
yeah, but I forgot what you called it.
A biopic.
Biopic. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oops.
Because originally she said a documentary, and then she said
Yeah.
Zac Efron. I'm like, was Zac did he kill Zac Efron too?
It's a
Yeah.
drama.
He should have.
Listed as a
Zac
drama.
Efron. At least he made Baywatch before.
I forgot he was in that.
I wish Baywatch would come back.
It did come back. Did you see the movie?
No, the series.
Well, you're never going to see it again. So
Actually, the-
next best thing, watch the movie.
the movie was actually pretty good.
I like
Was
the
it?
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch the series?
Watch it.
Yeah. I can't remember what I was doing. I put it on for for background.
I'll tell you
noise,
what.
and I ended up
I'll tell you what he was
actually watching
doing. He was not watching movies. That's what he was doing. He was doing something else,
Was
and it was playing in the background.
Lieutenant Stephanie Holden in it?
it. Oh, from the original. There were a lot of people from the actual original series.
Really?
Yeah. I obviously not like main characters, but they had a lot of cameos in it.
Yasmin,
Yasmin Bleeth.
Nicole Eggert.
Didn't Krabby say that he kissed Yasmin Bleeth once?
I don't buy that.
He did say that though.
Because
He did have a story. Yes, he did have a
Yeah,
whole
he
long
did.
story
Yeah.
He
about
said
that.
she was trying to get into a club. And he was a bouncer.
That might be the single-handedly most amazing thing I've ever heard on this podcast.
Yeah, she was locked up a bunch of times too, so she might have been.
Oh,
all
I'm
fucked.
not disputing that she went downhill at some point.
That her life took a major shit.
Yeah, big left turn. But while it was still on the straight and narrow, like for that, and I'm going to get booze.
Oh, we're back on.
You know, I remember
Was that we're back on, or was that you remembering?
when we never used to have problems. You know what's funny is Cory's phone that's on him and Danielle, all at Switcher Studio on it. Oh, there we go. Much better. So in this time of limbo, time of pandemic, and time of great need, we have depleted the stock of Dr. McGillicuddy's apple pie from all of our local liquor stores. They know when we're coming now. I think the last couple weeks, they've realized that only stocking 3/5 per week is just not going to cut it. We go in there like seamen on shore leave and just buy up everything we possibly can. Bob also constantly insists on every time he pours a shot to hand it to me over his $600 mixer, which I still don't understand why he does that. But if you guys haven't checked it out, and you are a part of the podcast or a listener of the podcast, and you haven't checked out Dr. McGillicuddy's line of libations, I would check out. Why is there a camera pointed down at the table?
I didn't move it.
It switches over. No, you're fine.
But apple pie schnapps, and it looks like closed captions is on, Cory.
Just so you know, that's everyone's Facebook out there doing that. You have to turn that off on your own.
That's I'll say mine's not doing it.
That is not my problem.
That has nothing to do with
not my pig, not my farm.
Deactivate it the first time.
Well, it has to do with your phone, not what I'm broadcasting.
Okay. So I did nothing different, but now my phone is doing this.
He just wants to make it clear that it was not Cory's fault.
Well,
whatever happened.
It wasn't doing it before, so.
Yeah, I got nothing.
It's the wizards in the internet.
I guess.
Some wizards.
Anyhow, welcome back, Bob.
Oh, thank you, sir. It's good to be here.
Do the shot?
Yes, let's do a shot.
I still have to do Danielle's pick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we'll take a break. So, out there in Schnozzcast land, Schnozzlandia.
Sure, Schnozzlandia.
Okay, here's to you.
Cheers.
Cheers. So much better than Fireball.
Oh, Alan just said someone is using Switcher Studio.
Master of the obvious, Alan Christensen. Someone's using the thing that I told them to use.
Sorry, Alan. I'm still a little new at this, so I just kind of shut down the stream for a second there, but I think we're back.
All right, so we're just finishing Gentleman's Agreement. Cory, you've got an assignment for Danielle, and then we're going to take a short break.
Sounds good. So I was sitting here looking at my list of all my backlogged movies that I have to give people.
Okay. Now, is this a list you made like in your notes app? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was going over them, and I'm like, well, most of the stuff I have on here, Danielle and I have already watched together, or we've seen together. It's at some point she's watched it. I've watched it. Whatever. So I was trying to rack in my brain what I could possibly come across that would be something a little painful, since Misery Loves Company. Since I have to watch Inglourious Bastards, someone's coming down with me. So that's when you guys
coming down with you.
So just when you guys saw me put my hand up.
I think I saw that movie though.
Oh, as if you had to take an immediate shit?
Yes.
Okay.
Something came across my mind.
Something immediately shitty for her to watch?
Yes.
I already saw what he was pulling up.
So who's
see, that's the face. That's the face right there, Nick, that I'm counting on.
Who
Cory starts fucking around.
Oh boy.
Who is Danielle's favorite person?
Joe.
Least favorite person.
Joe.
No, in the celebrity realm.
That Cory
that I'm a huge fan of.
Obsessed with. Obsessed.
What?
Back when the old B-Dubs days.
Cory's obsessed with somebody?
We'd meet up there.
B-Dubs days?
Yep. We'd meet up there for something.
Oh, Ronda Rousey?
Mm-hmm.
Danielle has to watch the Ronda Rousey story.
Yay.
Oh, no.
Is that on Netflix or something?
It is on Netflix.
Is it really?
Yes.
Fucking fantastic.
Wow. Did that come out recently?
It did.
I didn't even know it existed.
Clearly, he's already watched it.
Wasn't she supposed to be like a big ass movie star before she got Roundhouse kicked out of existence?
Have you seen her act?
No,
It's
because
terrible.
all of the movies she was supposed to be in, I haven't seen her do.
So, all I have to say is, to be fair.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
To be fair, Cory was actually right. It was the subcaptions on my own damn fucking phone. So if you're like me and you're a fuckstick and your computer just decides to take over, go and click at the top of the screen to the 3 little fuck dots, and you're going to click on something that says CC. Not like I'm going to attach you to a fucking email, but CC for closed captions. Turn them off.
Nick, thank you, sir, for
You're welcome.
clarifying that.
I don't know who that was. That wasn't me. I wasn't here.
That sounds just like Jared Kiso, though.
Apologies if you already spent time tonight watching Letterkenny and thought you were done, but you weren't.
No, not by a long shot.
All right. So has she been in anything else other than her own story?
She was in,
What are you talking? The Expendables.
I didn't watch that.
She was also in
Expendables 2?
I can't remember what the
How about
movie
Expendables
was
3?
that I watched it.
Expendables 4?
No, what's
Expendables
Entourage?
Oh, for one episode. She was
No,
Turtle's girlfriend.
She was in the movie too.
Oh, yeah. She was. Oh, that's right. She wasn't even in the show. She was
She's
in the
apparently
movie
in
as...
Furious
okay.
7.
She was in the movie?
And then
I
she
love
was,
that movie.
I was gonna say,
Great
yeah,
movie.
she was in
That's
Fast
my
and
favorite
Furious.
movie.
She was in Fast and Furious.
What was the movie I saw her in?
You used to like her when you used to go to the bar, didn't you?
Oh, he liked her at the bar.
Yeah, it's true.
The bar was a good bar.
Oh, I don't
This is
even
double
watch her
true.
in that movie.
So
You liked it, or you liked it?
liked it.
I understand.
Yeah. Got it.
Good food.
We're always just right there, man. Same, man, right there.
She was in Mile 22.
Oh,
That's
that
right,
was
she
actually
was,
a
yeah.
good movie. I like
Yes,
that
it
movie.
was.
Yeah.
That was the 8 Mile sequel?
But I forgot that she was in it, and now I'm like, maybe it wasn't as good as I thought it was. I'm a Gina Carano fan. I'll take her.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Any girl named Gina.
I mean, I knew her first. What can I say?
Which one?
Carano.
Oh. Sorry, Gina.
Yeah. Well,
Our number one listener. Bob apparently knew a UFC fighter that he's never met first.
I did.
Oh, well. You can't win them all.
No, you can't win them all. Why would you expect to win them all? What kind of a greedy fuck are you? You expect to win them all?
Well,
I'm on, Cory.
he did just clarify something for me, so I'm not going to. I'll defer this one from Nick.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
What is the next on our list that we're going to introduce? Because the list went away. I don't know if
We were going to do a break.
We'll have to do the break first.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it got lost in the haywareness.
No,
Okay.
it's still under
After the
the
break.
list here.
Yeah, and for folks that don't know, if you're listening to us, we do a 2-part segment podcast. We take about a 15-minute break in between, and we will repost another live show. So don't think, I already saw that first part, and it was horribly boring. Click on the second part because we'll blow your mind.
Well, hold on. It's only YouTube, right, that they're going to see that first part, second part stuff.
No,
right?
Facebook.
No, Facebook, you're going to leave it open, right?
As of now,
Oh,
Facebook's going to stay open, so no one will have to open up a new link.
Oh, okay, cool. So
we will stay live. You guys will see an intermission screen, and just keep your eyes and ears on for when we come back on in 15 minutes.
very good. Awesome. Glad that's up and running now.
So, that being said, see you guys in 15 minutes.
See you in 15.
We'll be back.
it seemed to have all been. It's a nice random, like pick a number 1 through 100 that we haven't done, sort of a thing. Mm-hmm. So Cory and I were texting back and forth this week, trying to talk about like, well, if we're gonna make this a regular segment, we should probably give it a name.
So yeah, as everyone will see on the screen right now, for those that are watching, you'll see that the fourth topic that we have on there is pick of the and question mark. Mm-hmm. So yeah, as Bob and I were discussing, we're trying to come up with a good name for it.
Cory, do you want to even mention to them what some of your and my suggestions were to each other?
You had one.
We both had a few. I'm trying to find
We already have a pick of
the thread now. We've been pick of the week.
Well, so there was and Bob will read off the names here of the different different names we came up with.
I'm not even sure if we should now, but
yeah, but it would be like saying question mark word box. I already have one of those.
I guess
Should be its own thing.
Okay, well, look, I'm totally open to other suggestions. So if you've got something, Nick, throw it out there.
I don't know in what context all the questions are I guess, addressed in. Is it would you rather?
No. We've done this before.
I understand.
Okay, so you don't remember the questions?
Well, you've done it like twice, and I don't remember if there was anything synonymous with the questions that would
there's
we
no
incorporate in the title.
There's no real theme. No, there's nothing that would lend itself to a title. Like all the questions don't start with like "Would you rather" or something like that.
Right.
So really, just have to come up with something. So we I think we're going off of like, well, generally we pick a number to start. So that's kind of where we got started. And I said to Cory, we need to come up with any bright ideas for a segment name. And Cory goes, unencumber the number? I go, no. I had to put my foot down and unencumber the number. So then he gave me the following for, he's like, numbers of knowledge. Pick your poison. Decide your digit.
What's with all the alliteration?
And then he put digits of destiny, which in my mind, I went back to the Tenacious D film for the pick of destiny. And I'm like, no, how about the pick of insanity? And he's like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah, some of these aren't that insane.
Well, if you had to wear a suit tie to a business meeting, what color would it be?
But
that's insane.
That's what makes it funnier to me is that they're obviously not insane. So let's go the complete opposite route and describe it as something that is totally not descriptive of what it actually is. So anyway, Cory's like, why don't we put a poll out on Switcher for the people that are in the room, if in fact we have any people still in the room, and ask for suggestions for what the segment could be. And so while we're waiting for that, I do have a leftover news story that I forgot about that I can go to.
I mean,
if you need time, Cory.
Coinciding with the fact that our logo has a nose in it,
mm-hmm.
Should it be if you pick it, it will bleed?
First of all, how often are you getting a bloody nose when you in mid pick? How often do you get?
My doctor says I wouldn't get so many nosebleeds if I just kept my finger out of there.
Why don't we just go with the direct Seinfeld quote? No pick. There's no pick.
Was there any nostril penetration?
There you go.
There might have been some incidental penetration.
We could just call it incidental penetration.
We could call it.
I'd be totally fine with that, especially because it freaks Danielle out. I'm now in favor of that all of a sudden. That might be the front runner now.
Incidental penetration.
Yeah.
No.
Let's just practice that.
No, that's not.
And now for another segment we call incidental penetration.
Yeah, no.
No?
Mm-mm.
Really?
We could have some like
get your mind on the gutter,
some Barry White playing in the background or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, just talking about incidental penetration. Bum, 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 bum,
That's
bum,
Isaac Hayes.
Bum.
Oh yeah, damn it. How do you know the voices that I don't even know myself?
That's South Park.
Oh yeah, the chef.
Yep. Plus, didn't Todd Dillon spend probably 30 minutes singing that song over and over again on the podcast when he was in my kitchen? Sucking my chocolate salty balls. Over and over again for 30 minutes.
Yes, he did.
Time for a segment we call incidental penetration.
No.
I mean, if Danielle's mind keeps again, constantly going back to sex. I guess we could move on and find another name. So what do you? Sorry, your fingers are moving
90
faster than
90 to the dozen.
faster than normal. What do you got going over there, Cory?
There we go.
Use your words.
I got the poll up.
All right. So what does the poll say?
It kept on shutting down for some reason, but
I don't need to know why it shut down. What does it say?
So I got Pick of Insanity, Digits of Destiny, or Listener's Choice, and they'll have to comment with their pick.
I think we got Danielle's reaction to all of those choices.
Danielle, if you had to pick one out, what would it be? Huh?
You heard me.
What?
I hurt you.
You said you heard me. You said my name wrong.
Oh, I get them mixed up all the time.
Danielle Finn. If you had to pick, what would your suggestion be?
I don't have one.
All right. So you're come on now. You're shitting all over our suggestions, but you have none to counter with.
No.
Weakening your argument. Come on now.
I have no argument.
All right. First of all, is there anybody in the room, Cory?
I'll have to defer to Danielle
It says 4.
You know what I think
on
we should.
my screen.
You know what I think we should call it?
What's that?
Cory knows best. NOSE. And Cory could be the one that would read off the question.
I'd rather give it to Danielle, honestly.
She's already got her own segment.
But this is actually a segment she might be excited about.
I was like, I have a segment not by choice.
Right. So Danielle, if we were to open it up, would that be a segment you'd be willing to take on or be interested in taking?
Sure.
Might be a little more fun than reading stupid tongue twisters.
Probably.
Here, all you got to do is read a question from, and I'll just send you the link.
So wait.
And you would not provide it to Cory, nor let him see.
No.
Why not?
So she has.
Because that's beside the point, dude.
So she has a word box.
Yeah.
A starboard.
We got to keep her awake. Look, I've seen 2 yawns in the last 30 seconds.
A starboard.
Yes.
And a Danielle's knows best.
Yes.
I think somebody's jealous.
I'll change the name of the podcast to the Danielle Cast if that's what it takes.
No, we
You'll
don't
do
need
nothing
that.
of the
If
sort.
that's what it takes,
No.
I'll change the trademark.
No.
I'll submit new papers to the government. I don't care. All right.
No.
Should we wait for feedback from the audience?
If we get any, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So this leftover news story I had literally freaked me the fuck out. And tell me if you feel the same way. Swarms of autonomous insect robots could prove key to future planetary exploration. No.
I mean,
Why
that's
do we have
No,
insect robots?
no more robots. No more scary fucking insect-sized, really fast, potentially could kill you in your sleep robots.
Bob. There's no stopping it.
Yes.
Bob,
This podcast is going to stop it.
You know
Oh, are we?
Yes.
they've already created autonomous, think freely, small like mosquito-sized robots to emulate honeybees, because bees are getting so close to extinction that they would release them out there to just specifically pollinate flowers.
Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, I mean, if bees stop pollinating flowers, then the whole fucking system is fucked up, and we all lose.
Right. So instead of solving the problem of why we are assisting in killing the bees, we're going to create robot bees that are one day going to rise up and kill us all.
Well, but how is a robot bee with, that weighs half of a penny? What is that going to do to you? Pollinate you?
They're okay. So
Could tear Bob's face
for
off.
anybody listening to the podcast, I would refer you back to Black Mirror, and there was a very specific episode which, before we're done with this podcast, I will tell you which one that was, which season and which episode. And it's one of the scariest fucking things I ever saw, in which they literally just drop you into a world in which any people, are being hunted by sentient robots. And these particular robots are like dogs. The literally, as in like the speed that they travel across the land, they stop for nothing. They don't require food. They don't require water, and they don't require power. It's the scariest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life.
Do they require petting?
No. They could give a less of a fuck about you.
Yeah, but we're talking like honeybee-sized robots.
Yes, they could all come together in a swarm as honeybees do, and then chase you across the land and kill you in
What would they do
mass.
once they got to you?
Oh, they do something.
What would they do?
They do something.
Hit you with their solar panel wings?
Nick, I don't know, but they do something.
They do something. Yeah.
Have you seen?
They're robots.
They're
flying robots.
Have you seen the alternative to fireworks?
You fly up your nose and into your brain.
Have you seen the alternative to fireworks now, where they're using hundreds of drones?
No,
you have not seen that.
I have not.
Okay, so it's actually, I think Walt Disney created the technology.
The drone?
No, the technology to mimic how birds and everything in kind of a swarm can all go in the same direction. They all kind of are on that same wavelength. I forget what they call it.
Okay.
But basically what they did was they made all these little drones, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, with any color LED that you want, it can change. And they thought they linked the intelligence, so they act as one.
Yeah, that's scary as fuck.
And what they literally can do is you'll see.
You seem excited.
It's awesome. They've taken.
I am literally terrified.
They've taken videos of it. It's really cool.
I don't even want to see.
Dude, I'm telling you,
it's like looking at the future.
Leave me out of this.
They literally could put into their phone or whatever they had it set up to, create a heart in the sky, and all of a sudden everything goes black, and then all of a sudden you see this big red heart in the sky, and then a couple seconds later, like a police badge, and it'll 360 turn around like in the air, and it's using all their LEDs. They can spell things out in the sky. They can do fireworks. They can do all kinds of crazy stuff.
And the next order they get, kill all the humans.
How are they going to kill humans?
What are they trying to spell out? K-I.
Just says D-I-E.
All right, so just to go back and close the loop on this, these swarming insect-like robots are being developed by a number of different institutions and companies. But a researcher at California State University Northridge recently received a sizable DoD grant specially to fund the development of autonomous robot swarms for extraterrestrial applications, as well as for use right here on Earth in mining, industrial, and search and rescue efforts. The goal of the research is to build robotic swarms that can essentially be dropped into unknown and hostile environments and then figure out how to complete specific tasks they're given without essentially any additional input. Holy fuck. Nope. Ultimately, such a swarm would be able to perform complex problem solving to deal with challenges, including organizing themselves into different size groups to handle different aspects of the task at hand, as well as dealing with setbacks, including losing individual members of the swarm through redundancy and repurposing. Jesus Christ.
I don't see the issue.
Moving on. As for why this approach is even being considered, there are a lot of potential benefits of using a swarm of small rovers versus a single large one.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody asked you, dude. At a very basic level, there's built-in redundancy. If a rover like NASA's Perseverance encounters a fatal error, the mission is essentially done, while a swarm, losing individual members, shouldn't end the entire mission. Also, a swarm can self-assemble into individual subunits, like several mini-lions robots coming together to form one super robot.
So they're brilliant.
And cover more ground more quickly, accomplishing a number of goals in parallel where a larger rover might have to handle tasks in sequence. It could be a while before any insect bots actually set foot, I can see what you did there, on the red planet, but this is definitely a strong sign of interest and support from large, deep-pocketed public funding sources.
Wow.
That's goddamn terrifying. I don't mind telling you.
Like I said, I don't see the issue.
How many times do we have to see this in the movies? It never ends well. All these robots are all linked up to some huge, central hive mind of all the other robots in the world, and they all of a sudden come online and decide in an instant they become self-aware, and then they're going to kill us all.
Sure. What was the...
We keep marching closer to that.
What was the one with Will Smith?
Which one?
iRobot?
iRobot's one, yeah.
That ended just fine.
Yeah, that that's not true.
It's not?
No.
I never saw it, so I don't know.
That movie was literally about the argument about the 3 basic laws of robotics, which we made up, which didn't work. And therefore they were trying to kill Will Smith for half of the movie.
Oh, is that what was going on there?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know the 3 laws of robotics, Cory?
1, robots.
That's it. 1. Robots, period.
2, You're gonna have to put some ticks in there because it's obviously robotics.
Yeah, keep going.
3, save the world.
Do you know who came up with the 3 laws of robotics?
The robots?
It was Isaac Asimov.
Oh, yes.
And
good old Isaac.
He wrote the novel I, Robot, on which the Will Smith movie was based. But his 3 laws of robotics are as follows. First, a robot may not injure a human being or through inaction allow a human being to come to harm.
So
these robotic laws are not being put into place today. This is fiction from a book he wrote. None of the robots we've been talking about operate under these laws.
I'm not seeing where the issue is, Bob.
What do you mean?
I mean, it sounds like so far for the first law, we're off to a great start.
It does. Were we using the laws, I'd feel much better, but we're not, and I think that's the problem.
I don't know.
Secondly, a robot must obey the orders given to it by human beings, except where such orders would conflict with the first law.
Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
If a human being orders a robot to kill someone, then the first law takes precedence.
Danger, Will Robinson.
And the third law is a robot must protect its own existence as long as such protection does not conflict with the first or second laws.
I'm not seeing the issue.
Do you want me to keep going on?
Oh, please.
All right. So while these laws sound plausible, numerous arguments have been demonstrated as to why they're inadequate. When Isaac Asimov wrote some of the stories that he did using the laws of robotics, he deconstructed the laws, and that's what kind of made the plot of his books, showing how they fail and why those laws aren't necessarily ironclad. One problem is the need to translate them into a format that robots can work with. Understanding the full range of human language and the experience it represents is a very hard job for a robot. So sticking to the rules might end up leaving a robot helpless to act as its creators might hope. And there's a ton of other shit here. It goes on and on. But it's a very interesting premise where if you think about a world in which there are robot bees, robot dogs, robot everything, robot toasters, and everything is connected, which is, we've been going that way for years now, right? With Alexa and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hard to see the need for some sort of laws that would bind everything together and create a framework in which we can control what we're creating. Because whether it's Stephen Hawking or, the smartest computer-based minds in the world, human minds working on computer technology, have all said, like, we really need to kind of be careful of the pace at which we're going, because at some point, machine intelligence is going to overtake human intelligence. And at that point, if they don't have the same regard for the value of human life that we do, they may decide that it's in their best interests to remove the threat, which is essentially the basis for
Terminator.
Every movie that you've seen in which computers kill all of us.
I don't feel it'll go that way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Cory Selesky.
They have no moral compass.
That's true. They don't. Well, then why would they need one?
Because they have rules they have to abide by.
No, that's my point. They don't have rules.
They will. I mean, clearly you just stated they have 3 rules. So
this is from a book written in 1966.
So he was way ahead of his time.
It still is, because we're still not doing any of those things.
Well, obviously,
you seem very confident that something that happened so long ago that never happened is going to happen.
As it was written in the book, it'll eventually happen. Just like Harry Potter and all those other crazy books.
So, hold on. You're lumping this together with Harry Potter?
Sure, why not?
All right, how's that survey coming?
There were no robots in Harry Potter.
So I'm going to have to work on the survey thing a little bit. I don't know why it's not popping up on the...
Is anyone out there even seeing the survey?
No, it popped up here on my screen, but I don't know why it's not popping up in the Facebook Live.
Unfortunate.
So we'll have to work on that.
All right. So this as yet untitled segment, we'll have to get a name in the weeks to come. But in the meantime, why don't we go back to the one who needs to stay awake with something to do, Ms. Danielle Finn.
Yes.
you're going to pick a number between 1 and 100. What I really should be doing is keeping some sort of other log as to which numbers we've picked.
Right.
Let me actually start
that log right now?
Right now. Because I think it's probably a good idea that we weren't doing before.
Yeah, I don't remember the numbers we've already done.
Okay. 100 questions.
That's a terrible name for the segment.
It's not the name for the segment. It just happens to be the name of the list of questions. All right, so we're just going to start now, and I think we've only done it a few times, so I think we'll know if it's something we've already picked. So you're going to pick number between 1 and 100. Doesn't matter what it is.
12.
12. Making a note of that.
Noting.
All right, number 12. So in this segment, which I want to say the best name we got so far was Danielle, Nose best.
Danielle knows best.
She's gonna jump in and take the first crack at the question. So, question is, what is your favorite book to read?
Oh. Probably Harry Potter.
Fuck you, Cory.
They're like my favorite.
Harry Potter
books.
and the Killer Robots. That was my favorite.
That's right. Oh, what was the book you just got the other day of that
Oh,
series?
The Hunger Games.
Ah, there you go.
Also a good series.
Okay, so which one is it?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter?
Mhm.
Any particular? There's like 6 or 7, aren't there?
There's 7.
Okay.
I don't think I have like a particular one that I like really.
Got to go on an airplane. Can only afford to take one book. One of the 7. Which one is it?
Well, I would start with the first one.
Okay, there you go. That wasn't that hard.
It was very quick.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like go in the middle. I mean, obviously I know what happens.
Yeah.
But
Nick, I'm going to quote a Cory next, but if you had to guess, would you say that Cory was a reader?
No.
Oh, well. Wait till pick of the week,
That's
boys.
gonna-
Wait till pick of the week.
as of late,
All right, Cory. Cory, what's your favorite book to read? The question almost makes it sound like, what's your favorite book to read, like, repeatedly?
Right.
The one book
Even though I know it's not, but
the one book I've read repeatedly that has been my favorite over the years, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
okay. Now, why obviously you've read a ton of Tom Clancy.
Yes.
What about Rainbow Six is it that made that your favorite, or the other ones?
You know what? Just the premise of the entire book of this counterterrorism unit that's out there, but just the way that Clancy depicts it and portrays it through words. I think to me it's always just kind of stuck out. Like, he puts in so much detail to just like even conversations and any sort of action scene that you would basically see taking place in a movie. You can, to me at least, you can literally just picture it in your head actually happening. Mm-hmm. From the details of someone's headgear all the way down to the what boots and how the soles look on them. Right. It's insanely detailed. So to me, it's basically taken like a reading, which some people might find insanely boring, and actually really painting like a full picture. And I know like Harry Potter, and some people are like, oh yeah, they're great books because they're exciting. But I don't know, with not having ever read Harry Potter or any of those books, but I just don't know if there's that much of great detail to the to the writing style.
oh yeah, there's a lot of detail.
Well, I wouldn't say as much as Tom Clancy, but sorry, J.K. Rowling, you suck.
At least you know her name.
Oh, I mean, come on now. But
He reads a paper.
Right.
so yeah, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six.
Okay. Nick Bader, while I'm sitting next to you here, I have the overwhelming urge to slap that phone out of your hand.
Well, I think there's
You
a.
do?
I do,
Why is that?
because we're on a fucking podcast.
Yeah, but we're doing segments, so
Yeah, you still need to pay attention, even though you're not actually being
I'm-
asked a question.
Speaking of paying attention,
But I was going to be asked a question very soon, so I needed to touch on what I was going to
I
pick.
think he's getting defensive now just because I
Little
said
bit.
I wanted to slap
Little
the phone out of his hand.
But you need to tell Jennifer Jolly Nassau she needs to calm it down with the comments there.
Oh,
Is she going off the rails?
Naso, my sister.
Naso, sorry.
Oh,
She going off the rails with the questions?
No, now with questions.
Comments?
I guess you can call them comments. If you wanted to type out an entire sentence, letter by letter, in the comments.
Oh, each letter being a different comment?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, that's Thank you, Jennifer.
So that's how it is in her country.
So, Nick.
Yeah.
Favorite book to read?
Mine was The Giver. I like The Giver.
Who wrote The Giver?
Lois. I think that's actually what I was just looking up.
Fells. No, it was not. You so full of shit. I was just looking that up on my phone.
Lois Lowry.
Lois Lowry. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's the high level plot of that? I've never heard of that book.
The Giver was about, like, at a young age, it was kind of where society picked everything for you. Where you lived, where you worked, who you're going to be matched up with. And it was just not like communism kind of thing, but it was they had kind of a strange twist to how they did it and how the end of the book ends up. So
okay,
we were actually forced to read in high school, but I read it a couple times
Really?
after that. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I'd never heard of that book before.
Yeah.
I love hearing about shit I've never heard about before.
It's interesting for sure.
Cool. I think mine would probably be. I think it would probably be Rum Punch. Elmore Leonard Rum Punch, which is what Jackie Brown was based on.
I was going to say, I remember that name from somewhere. And
Yeah.
I knew it was connected to one of the movies somehow.
Yeah, I think I probably read that book a dozen times and enjoyed it the 12th time as much as I did the first. And probably because, if I was really honest, I would have probably picked some sort of Calvin and Hobbes anthology, but I want to seem like a jackass. But if I had to pick the one book I probably read the most out of any book ever,
Garfield.
that's probably it. Yeah, over a dozen, 12, 15 years of having two kids, I probably picked that book up more than any book in my lifetime.
I thought you were going to choose I'll Love You Forever.
I don't know what that is.
That kid's book.
Never read it. No
I'll
idea
love
what
you
you're talking
for
about.
always, my baby you'll be.
No idea what you're talking about.
That's a good book too.
I do.
No, I was a monster to my kids. They're not familiar with that.
What's the one, This Is How We Poo?
Why does it always come back to poo?
Oh, it
There's
always comes
one
back to the
called-
ass with you.
It always
There's one
comes.
called Everybody Poops.
Yes, Everybody Poops.
Everybody,
That's it.
everybody poop knives.
That's
Jenny said Where the Crawdads Sing. Best book.
Where the crawdads sing?
Uh-huh.
Wait, why does that sound familiar?
Got to be a kid's book.
we can find out.
I feel like I've heard of that book before, like in association with this podcast.
Yeah.
Not sure why, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say you're probably wrong there.
No,
Really?
Cory probably said when we do a crawdad boil, they scream when you put them in the boiling water, and it sounds like they're singing. That's probably what he said.
It's a beautiful sound.
Is that what he said?
Oh my God! It's the crawdads singing.
Oh, yeah, written by Delia Owens. Can't say I've ever heard of it.
Oh, I know what it was.
Oh, here we go. We're going somewhere.
No, I don't. Lost it.
And
Lost
gone.
it. Lost it.
What?
She confirmed it is not a kid's book, which we
I thought
see.
it was.
It's a book of betrayal and intrigue.
Where the Crawdads Sing is a 2018 novel by Delia Owens. It has topped the New York Times fiction bestseller of 2019. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I know where I've heard that book before. Just kidding, I don't. Never heard of it.
I guess, yeah, for some I could see how it would be an interesting book, but
Not for Cory.
no.
You got to
so
be a
much.
crawdad,
Few things. are.
crawdad lover.
I love me some Crawdads, but
Yeah.
not going to read about them.
Can you picture Cory just kind of leaning back in the chair going, no one's eating crawdads in this thing at all.
There's not even Crawdads singing.
Crawdads is a fucking metaphor. I feel so cheated.
If no one's eating crawdads in this book, I'm done.
Damn straight. So we all got that question out of the way. What's the next? Who's picking the next number?
Oh, we're doing one more?
Sorry.
Oh,
What? Sorry. Yeah.
no, if we're only doing one number, that's fine.
Oh, it's up to you. I don't get. I got 154 right now, but this was been running since we're not even close to
Right.
that because it ran through all through the break, so it's probably 135. Cory, you can go ahead and pick one.
16.
Thank you, Cory.
Nope, you got to pick another one.
Why do I have to pick another one?
You do.
It doesn't
Just pick another one.
Doesn't make sense.
22.
Deuce.
All right.
This is a good one.
22. Oh, we're gonna get 16 out of the way too. All right, we'll start this. I'm gonna go grab the shots while you're answering. So to Cory, which would you rather do? Wash dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house, and why?
I'm gonna say mow the lawn.
Mow the lawn.
Just because you're outside, and if the lawn is able to be mowed, it's most likely around summertime. So it's not winter, not shoveling snow.
That wasn't an answer.
Mow the lawn?
4 choices.
Telling us what it's
Snow.
telling us what it's not doesn't help.
Wash dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd
and
rather
why?
I'd rather mow the lawn because it's not committing murder. That wouldn't make any sense.
I'm good.
I'm pretty sure that makes plenty of sense. Why I'd rather mow the lawn over all those other things.
Yeah, but you brought up shoveling snow, which wasn't a part of it.
No, I never said shoveling snow. I said it's not winter outside.
Did he say shoveling snow? So I'm not shoveling snow. Exactly. You don't even know what you're saying, man.
I'm really confused on how this works now because I was telling you guys why it was why I would pick mowing the lawn over anything else. So clearly,
you would pick mowing the lawn because it's not shoveling snow and it's summer.
yeah, because it's obviously nice outside if you're outside cutting the grass. So
Right.
I guess that's the only the only answer I can give to that. Then if everything else is gonna not be applicable.
But what if it was cold outside and you were given the choice between mowing the lawn and washing the dishes? Which one would you pick?
Mowing the lawn.
In the wintertime?
Who mows the lawn in the wintertime?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, so now you can just make up any rules you want.
Well, I'm just saying.
No, that's not how this is going.
If it's cold, but by your logic, since you're going out to mow the lawn because it's warm outside, if it was cold, you wouldn't pick mowing the lawn. You'd pick something like
I said
washing
because
dishes.
it wasn't snowing outside.
Right. So
I never
if
said cold.
If it was snowing, you might pick something else.
I wouldn't be mowing the lawn.
And then you'd pick what?
That's not how this goes.
You're the one that brought the temperature change in here.
Yeah, because you asked why I'd rather be mowing the lawn.
Yeah.
That's applicable to why I'd be mowing the lawn over any of those other things.
Would you be wearing your Bisqueenies down there while you're mowing the lawn?
My what?
Your Bisqueenie slide-ons?
Yes, I have a lawn mowing pair.
All right.
Special lawn mowing shoes, do you?
Doesn't everyone?
No.
Are they a one-time white New Balances that are now green?
No, I got about another 20 years before I hit that.
Your dad had a pair of those.
A pair? My dad had 10 pairs.
He
of
had
those
various shades of green, various legs. There was a deep green, the oldest ones. And
there was his dirt shoes.
The lime green ones.
Dirt shoes.
There was the ones he only wore anytime he was doing something with dirt.
He had glass block shoes.
The glass box. So
Yep.
we'll call this cementing shoes.
He had chainsaw shoes.
Well, who doesn't?
What are the chainsaw shoes?
Oh, they're probably
White New Balances with red all over them. What's that?
just flecks of red.
That's
Chunky flecks of red all over those shoes.
We also call them his accident shoes.
My cousin Derek caught that
The cruel shoes.
with the Bisqueens. My grandpa used to have the two-piece of Velcro blue.
Oh, is that what those are called?
He would say he would undo them and he'd go, "You know why these are better than those shoes with laces? Oh, there's a fire. I need to put my shoes on. Boom. Boom. I'm ready to go while you're there tying your laces."
So, am I technically one ahead of your grandfather?
Because you just slide
I
them in.
just slide them on. I don't have to even Velcro anything.
Well, the Bisqueens, though, could be tightened.
Do you think in mid-boast your grandfather would have been like, oh, I never considered that.
No.
Slide-ons.
They might slip
you
off while
son
you're,
of a bitch.
while you're running, but you don't usually go at a high speed, so.
I'll get there.
Yes, he will. All right. One more Schnozzcast shot.
One more.
I mean, for now, as far as we know. Hold on. And we're back.
Ooh.
All right.
Danielle,
I hate all of them.
Oh, my God.
that's not an answer.
We're not referring to
We
people
didn't let
in this
Cory get
room.
away with that. Just because you're better looking than he is, you don't get to skate out of this one.
What were the options again?
Wash the dishes, mow the lawn, clean the bathroom, or vacuum the house. Danielle, have you ever mowed the lawn?
She does a lot.
Okay. Some women refuse to mow the lawn.
I have.
Some women refuse to pump their own gas.
This
Remember,
woman
Cory?
has
Yes.
lived in her own home for 3.5 years and, had
And
to mow the lawn
we are so proud of you.
every
so
day or
I'm-
every week or whatever.
I'm proud of you, Dan.
Thank God those days are over because now you've got a big, strong man to. Oh, sorry, Cory.
To
No.
take hours to wake up.
You still haven't gotten those buttons down.
No, I like that one. That was a good choice.
Yeah.
Solid choice.
I still mow the lawn.
Why are you still mowing the lawn?
She doesn't have to.
Oh.
It looks like she does.
Oh, wait, hold on. Hold on. Let's be fair. So obviously you're cutting the grass, so he's doing some dishes or vacuuming or bathrooms, right? No, not doing that.
No.
Let me be more direct.
Sure.
While you're mowing the lawn, what is Cory doing?
Working?
You only mow the lawn when he's working?
Yeah, because I typically mow the lawn on like Sunday night.
I can't be
Why
in two,
Sunday night?
I can't be in two places at once.
Why Sunday
Garbage
night?
goes out on Monday, and I just like to get it out.
So,
I don't like it to sit like in my garage.
so technically, on Sunday, before he goes to work, he could mow the lawn.
I could.
Okay.
Interesting.
But what is he doing at those times?
Sleeping?
Why is he sleeping?
Because it's before work.
But what made him sleep so late?
I don't know. Not me.
Well, he's not doing anything until he puts those heater cables on the roof, so that's all I got.
Oh, there will be no heater cables at this house. That is for sure.
He's not doing anything until that happens. I don't like snow buildup on my roof.
All right, can we start a listener petition to have Danielle completely absolve herself of mowing the lawn and leave that task to the man of the house to do in the mornings on Sundays?
Okay, so as if we were in a court of law, Danielle, would you agree with the terms and conditions of the Martinez's that they came to the conclusion over 16 years of being together, maybe even 17, where Tony's in charge of the outside and Holly's in charge of the inside? Do you think that's fair?
Interesting.
No, because there's way more to do on the inside than there is the outside.
There's more?
Outside you mow the lawn, you pull weeds, maybe. I don't know.
Shovel snow.
Shovel snow, clean the gutters.
Bag the leaves, do the gutters, weed whack, trim.
Yep. Wash the windows.
All the sticks and
Wash the siding.
Sticks and branches. If anything needs to be
Change the White Claw box over the
rototilled or aerated.
porch light.
Take the garbage out.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah,
Yeah,
garbage goes outside.
Thank you for confirming where the garbage goes.
Well, I'm just
this time
cutting
we've been
them
doing it
into.
wrong.
I'm just dividing them up into buckets. That's all.
I've been asking Danielle why the garbage man won't come
That's all.
inside and grab our garbage.
Don't you have a dishwasher?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that you're one step ahead of Holly already. She hand washes
Right.
everything.
Yeah, fuck that.
So you would just really have to vacuum and do the bathrooms.
Wash the floors. Bathroom floor needs to be washed. Kitchen floor needs to be washed.
Well, here's a question: would you rather do outside and have Cory do inside?
No.
Do you have any answer to any of the questions we can ask you?
I do all of it. I don't know what you want me to say.
I know, but you have.
He's trying to paint you into a scenario in which you don't have to do all of it. You're going to do one part of it, and he's going to do the other part.
I'm trying to paint you a Birmingham, Danielle.
Yeah.
Well, it would never be like outside, inside because
Why
I mean,
not?
I would take care of like flowers and all of that stuff. So, and weeding. He's not going to do that.
No?
Why wouldn't he?
I don't know.
Do you think he wanted putting, when he's afraid of heights, installing heater coils every year and taking them down on the roof? Do you think that's something he wanted to do? No, but he did it. He's a dedicated son.
Well, I mean, he kind of did.
Oh, and pick up
hang on.
pick up all the
First,
hoses in the backyard.
Nick, not to cut you off here. You can go fuck yourself, sir.
Who are you talking about?
You.
What are you talking about?
I put it up and take it down every year. Where's your heating coil still at?
Oh, I don't give a fuck about my heating coils. but I do believe it was your mother at the bar who called you out for not doing it.
And the hoses.
Yeah, because when it's still 86 degrees outside and she wants the coil to go up.
Look, that's just what she asked for.
What, weren't the hoses? She said the hoses were like starting to freeze to the ground.
Yeah. It was way too late. Like you waited way too late to do it.
Again, there was no truth behind that.
There was
either.
way too late.
She's like, all you got to tell Cory
Took it down just fine. No,
is if he doesn't
no frozen
put,
water
if
anywhere.
he doesn't put the coils on the roof and take the hoses inside, he's gonna have a problem. And I'm like, coils on the roof and hoses inside. I'm like, what are you
She's
talking
like,
about?
Let me tell you what I'm talking about. And she went into a whole thing.
I said, hoses for the pool? Yup. And I'm like, coil for the roof. I'm like, is that for ice or something? They go up every year and they're supposed to come down. And I thought the same thing. I'm like, why wouldn't they just stay up all the time?
Because apparently my mom and dad always had this in their mind that it was an eyesore on the roof.
Except in the wintertime.
Before you two,
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody that had heater
Neither-
coils on
me
their
either.
roofs.
The only reason I got him is because his parents had him.
Dude, listen. Okay.
That's the only reason I got him at all.
What was the purpose of it?
It stops the ice dam.
They're like some houses do have where there's like a little weird corners where the shingles are kind of like dipped in and
It
not
just
like
makes a general valley for water to.
and
to melt down.
it'll build up there, and if you all of a sudden have like a really cold night, that water freezes up and it could damage the shingles. Now, the chances of it would probably take years upon years upon years of that happening every single winter, of having a big little corner of ice build up in that part of the gutter that would actually do any real damage. Again, and let me preface this with you guys know I love both my parents beyond belief. Mm-hmm. They got to the point where I think they were so efficient in all the stuff that they did with the house and how they got things done that they kind of got bored and they'd have to find new things to like.
Idle minds wander.
Well, yeah, like, oh, well, we saw this at Home Depot. We should definitely do that because I saw an ice skull up there 2 winters ago, and we can't have that. So let's do this. And it just became all this extra stuff that, yes, it helps in the long run, possibly. But is it absolutely necessary?
My dad has twisting foam insulated covers that go over the water spigots on the outside of the house that he puts up every winter. And I'm like, what is that for? He's like, so it doesn't freeze. I haven't done any of that here, and then mine's fine, so I don't know what that's for. And he would screw them all in, and it would cover it up, and he'd bring the hose in the garage, and the hose would have to be hung up over the winter time and everything. And I'm like,
well, and it was funny because one of the first years that I was with Danielle, and I told her that I'm like, yeah, before we go anywhere, I got to take the hose down. She's like, you take the hose down? I'm like, yeah, it's something my mom once done. She's like, oh, I've left mine up every winter ever since I moved in this house.
So did I.
I only
like, it's
take
been
the
fine.
one. I take the one off the front just because I have like a short one that I just hang over like my railing to water the flowers. So I take it down during the winter. So
You like the short hose?
Huh?
You like the short hose? Okay,
Right.
checking.
Very thick hose.
oh, boy.
So yeah,
I think we've gone way off the rails from where this
Oh,
originally
absolutely.
started.
I think what the question is Cory, do you like short hose?
only on Friday nights. Oh, look at that.
Oh, I know where we were. It was sorry, Cory. It was between outside tasks and inside tasks. It was the Tony and Holly art.
Yeah. So but no one could ever land on a question or an answer, rather.
Well, like I said, it wouldn't be
You just
one
go,
or the other.
I just do everything. I'm like, oh,
Okay.
do you want to do everything?
Let's rephrase it a different way then, Nick. Let's say, Danielle, what are the tasks that you think that you should be doing around the house? That you go like, look, this is what if we're going to divide things up, this is what I'll do.
I don't know. I haven't really thought about it.
Well, that's what we're doing now. So you've already said like you think that you'd be doing the weeding and tending to the flowers, right? And then inside, are there any tasks that you're like, no, I'll take care of that? No, nothing. Okay, so if you just did the tending of the flowers and the weeding, and Cory did everything else, would that be a fair division of labor?
No, but
okay,
I'm not asking him to do everything.
This is also still very new circumstance that we're
yes,
under
that's
here,
why. So. That's exactly why I'm putting on the spot.
Oh, and thank you for putting this out on the podcast.
Sure,
that's exactly where we wanted it.
Sure,
but no, it's something that we will have to sit down and discuss in the very near future of, how all that's going to take place, and hopefully with maybe some very near changes in the future here that a lot of that can be different. So,
like as the man in the house, I assume you when it comes to like doing the snow, either shoveling or getting the snowblower out. Generally, that's a like, hey, if I'm there, like I'll take that. That's a physical task. The more physical tasks, you tend to go like, no, babe, I got that.
And I haven't been there, and it was the end of winter, or a very, very end of winter. But, I think the best way that would work out, if I'm still, in the situation of working afternoons, if I get home or get off work and get home. And it had snowed, do the driveway that night. And then if need be, in the morning, if Danielle's leaving for work at 7 a.m., then if it had that much build up, overnight, then, at that point she'd go out there and run it back over, and just kind of keep that rotation. But, like I said, hopefully in the near future here that will be changed. So
I kind of see Cory as Mr. Banks from Mary Poppins. You remember the song he sang when he'd come home?
Was it Inagata Davida, baby?
No.
Right. I don't know the one.
close.
He was British.
Yeah, they were all British. It was Deep Purple.
One of the lines from the song is, I run my home precisely on schedule. At 6:01, I march through my door. My slippers, sherry, and pipe are due. At 6:02, consistent is the life I lead. I feel like that's a Cory song.
Not at all.
Yes.
I could not disagree more.
Why? He comes to the door, things need to be ready. That's Mr. Banks from Mary Poppins.
No. In order to do that,
You just wouldn't have the accent.
in order to stake if you're going to die on that hill, you got to come through the door at the same time every night. And that would never happen.
Right. No,
Never
with
happen.
Cory, you're right. That would never happen.
It would take like 2 nights of her being like, what the fuck? Dinner ready? Where have you been?
Yeah,
2 nights of that, it'd be done.
because you're right, because there's nothing consistent about Cory.
No. As soon as you said 6:01, I'm like, well, Cory's out. That's not, I don't know who you think that's about, but.
That's halfway through my workday.
You could.
So you start quoting a time. I'm like, that's
The time can be changed. It can switch to a
time's
different.
a relative concept.
Yeah,
Cory.
I mean, it could be, 23:01. I marched through my.
Yeah,
door.
but that means it'd have to be 23:01 every night, and it would not be that.
And I'm in bed.
But isn't Cory, if nothing else, consistent?
No.
Does he come in at different
No.
times?
Well, depending on when he gets off work.
Because usually he has a lot of routine. There's always a routine. There's a changing routine. There's a stopping at the gas station routine. So I would feel like he'd be coming through the door at the same time.
And Bob, you're very incorrect on that. If I'm not going anywhere after work, I am home at basically the exact same time just about every night.
I feel like
because I do have a routine, as Nick stated, I have a routine when I leave work, what I do, what I need to do.
He does,
and when I get home.
You could set
as a matter of fact, the one night I showed up before she got home from her friend's house, and she pulled in. I stayed in the street thinking I'm like, oh, I'll leave my car here so she can pull in, and she pulled in just as I was parking, and she got out. She was like, "You're home already?" She's like, "This is way too early for you to be home." It was like 11:15.
The poll's up, by the way.
Oh, did it finally go up?
Oh, the poll.
says it's down at the bottom. It's a little purple bar graph, and you click on it, and it says new segment name, ? Pick of insanity, digits of destiny, or listener's choice. So you can go down at the bottom.
I got it on your phone.
Interesting.
Yep.
So, Cory, I'm going to stop you right there, and I'll tell you why I disagree. On the simple premise that you have no concept of being early or late relative to when you're supposed to be somewhere and how long it's going to take you to get there. So in order to say, for you to say, I'm always at place X at X time is absolutely impossible. If you don't have any concept of,
I never said always at place X at X time. I said,
but he said you have a routine. You said, Bob, that's where you're wrong. I have a routine.
Yeah,
a routine implies that some regularity and some repetitive, like, dependable departure times, arrival times. There's no way that could be possible if you don't look at your calendar or look at your watch.
Which there completely is during my everyday routines.
So is it only the podcast in which you don't give a fuck about those things? When are you looking at your watch and your calendar to remember what time things start and where you're supposed to be?
Dude, I knew what time we were supposed to be here today.
No, you did. No, you did not. You thought we were going to start at 10. We really were supposed to start at 10:30. So, but you still got here later than I did, which is the time you're supposed to be here for a 90-minute ahead start time. If you knew we were going to start at 10:30, that'd be great. But you thought we started 30 minutes earlier than that, which meant you should have been here at 8:30, but you weren't.
Right, but as we discussed, there was nothing I could do to help that today.
So
why is that?
We were out at Danielle's mom's
again
celebrating her birthday.
So let's go back to the text that we had before, and I don't mean to air dirty laundry here. It's just more because it was a funny exchange.
Luckily for you, we have Danielle's mom on the line. We're going to patch her in right now. Hold on 1 second.
No, she's sleeping.
Mrs. Finn, go ahead.
I said, hey, when are we going to do the podcast this week? Are we doing it on Friday? And you're like, yeah, I'm off on Friday. I'm like, sweet. And I go, what time? And you go, 10:30. I go, you mean 10:30 you're going to be at Nick's house? I'm like, no, start at 10:30. I go, I'm not interested in that. I'm like, what time can you get to Nick's house? And you're like, we could start at 10:30. I'm like, no, check with Danielle, because inevitably you're going to have somewhere to go with Danielle for some sort of dinner or family thing.
Dolls.
And she's not going to have any idea what time the podcast starts. And you're just going to go, hey, we're going to leave in 5 minutes. Is that okay? And then she's going to be pissed. And then you're going to be late. So find out what you're going to be doing and what time when you can leave. And you figure out when you can get to Nick's, and then we'll add 90 minutes from there to go, that's when we're going to start the podcast.
Again, that was all planned out and taken care of.
No, it wasn't, because you were still late for that.
Was it not? As it was.
How was it planned out?
I did not expect her dad to be showing up at 6:30.
See?
Again, it's a circumstance out of my control. What
did she know what time?
When her mom that we're there to celebrate her birthday.
Yeah.
Her mom says, "Oh, my husband's going to be home at 6:30 to eat.
Right.
Can we wait till 6:30?" I'm supposed to look at her and say, "Nope, we're eating now because I got to leave for the podcast."
Right. But when I said, like, check with Danielle,
that
I should have. No, I didn't know anything about this. Right, you should have been like, hey, we got a birthday party to go to, and I would have been like, Nick, family birthday. So don't even put the 10:30 start time down there. Let's just wait until they get here, and then we'll do a quick, we'll start in 90 minutes. Because we have no way of knowing what time you're going to get there.
This part is this segment's over. That's for sure.
Okay.
I think that more so, Cory's has a routine with things that are a constant in life, and it's something that's a dependable constant that is not. There's no variation in it in the variable. It's not changing from week to week. It's something that he does on a daily basis, and he's always doing it, and he's a creature of habit in that capacity. So I think the stopping at the store, getting gas at the same place every day, same amount of time to get changed, things like that, I think are a constant. But throwing this in the mix, it's just different. But as he said, He said before he's introspective, and that's something he's working on himself.
Very true.
So we can respect that.
Very true.
But regardless, the heater coils better go up on Danielle's house this year.
I don't want heater coils on my house.
He doesn't want heater coils up.
I know. Dude.
It was a smart move.
Knowing now how much you don't like heights, how did you even do that?
It was a sketchy process.
And then when you think about a full-grown man twice a year getting on these small, little extensions of roof to secure coil, I would feel would add more stress to the roof than the ice dams themselves.
Well, the worst part was putting it up was way worse than taking it down because you just had to staple it up to the part of the roof that you needed to. But of course, it was always, can you get it higher? Which I'm like, so you just want me to climb on the roof? And I mean, that's not happening. I'm going to tumble right off that bitch.
Tumble.
So once it got up, taking it down, I could just barely go halfway up to the roof and just yank on the cord, pop all those staples right out, and I was good to go.
So that's even more interesting that there wasn't some sort of permanent setup. There wasn't any kind of grommets or gaskets in place.
Because again, that was all stuff that it's an eyesore. Can't see.
You would see that from the street.
Oh yeah, apparently. So I'm told.
So was it on a steep incline? Was it on like the gable part of the roof? I mean, where was it?
Right. Like, so when you're going up to, and I know everyone listening doesn't know what the house looks like, but if you walk up to the front door, the front kind of protrudes a little on the left side of the front door. How that corner comes to. So I'd run it along the beginning of the roof on the face of the house, around that corner, and all the way to the end of the roof on the other side.
So regardless of time of year, Christmas lights, heater coils up and down, Christmas lights up and down, you're having to go on the roof at least 4 times.
No, because we never did any Christmas lights on the roof. It was just the blue tree.
The tree?
Yeah.
Even when your dad was there?
He did some stuff on the peak of the house some years, but after a while it just became the blue tree as well.
So where does the coil, where do they plug in?
Just drop it down the downspout, the back of it, and zip tie it to the downspout. And we have a little outlet outside, like an all-weather outlet.
Was it a per instance kind of thing to use, or was it always hot?
No. It was definitely, is it going to snow today?
Oh, let's go.
Let's turn it on.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was definitely not always on.
I just can't. Again, it's Greek to me because I had never heard of that. I mean, it makes sense.
It was one of those things that it kind of preparing for the worst.
Right.
Is it ever actually necessary? Probably not. But I can't tell my mom that.
But how warm would those get to melt that much snow?
Oh, they get pretty hot.
And it wouldn't damage the roof.
No.
Wow.
But where are we at right now, Bob? I know we're
2:23. We're definitely over 2 hours.
Mute.
Sorry, we're definitely over 2 hours.
Okay. So are we gonna do pick of the week real quick?
We can.
So I know how much you guys love this. So right before we do pick of the week, I have my Funko of the week.
Don't you mean What the Funk with Cory Schnozzcast?
Is that what it was called? What the Funk?
Or Funk This?
It's got to be Funko. No one's going to know what you're saying.
Funko This? Funko This?
Funko This. So yeah, for Funko This, stopped by another GameStop tonight, or shouldn't say tonight, but this afternoon, and came across 2 very, very nice Funkos. As you guys can see, those that are watching. We got the Stanley Hudson from The Office.
Ooh.
It's Pretzel Day, Stanley Hudson.
Yes, Pretzel Day, Stanley Hudson.
There's difference.
He loves
Stanley
He's
Hudson's.
holding a pretzel.
He loves Pretzel Day.
There are other Stanley Hudsons you can get.
As of right now, no.
No.
But they have him listed as Pretzel Day Stanley Hudson because he's holding the pretzel. And then since I already have Peter and Danielle's got Joanna from Office Space, at this particular GameStop, we stumbled across the Post-it note guy from the cover of Office Space. That's completely covered in Post-it notes. It's most likely, it looks kind of like Milton. He's got the glasses on over the Post-it notes, the tie, and holding his briefcase. But that's one for the Office Space collection.
How long were you working on getting those pictures ready to go for the switcher?
Not too long,
No.
but I figured I had to have him up there.
You did.
So,
All right, very cool.
so now if you guys want to move on and pick of the week, just have you get.
Funko this with Cory Selesky. Pick of the week. Bob, do you have a pick of the week?
Funko you?
Or Funko this?
Yeah.
Funko you?
Yeah. All right.
Whatever we decide, throw it in there so we can remember it.
No, I will not remember it. No, Funko this is fine.
So what's your pick of the week, Bob?
I may have to think about it.
Danielle, do you have one?
I do not have one.
You don't have one?
Nick, do you have one?
I'll go. So this week, last week we were in my backyard, and as you guys know, I have the bar set up in my backyard. I have some heavy duty solar warm white party lights that go above the bar, and I have a ton of different solar flame lights and things like that come on every night. I love consistency in that aspect. I love to know I'm not paying for it. But I try to add a good level of ambiance to the backyard while we're hanging out there.
Yep.
And so I was thinking about it, and I thought about last 4th of July, and this past week when we've been reaching like 92 degrees. And so I looked up online, a misting fan.
Okay.
And the misting fans that they sell, they're literally just generic fans, are like 250 plus. Now you would have to plug them in. You would have to put them somewhere. They're not necessarily all weather, but they go up from $250. Other than that, there's like handheld ones that are like battery operated. And I'm like, no, this is retarded. We're not doing this. So I found this company that sells a misting system. It's INNOO. Innotech is the name of the company. Sounds like it's from a movie.
It sounds like it's from Office Space. Wasn't it Initech? Wasn't that the name of the company?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, Innotech.
Dude, I'm just going to warn you right here. I mean, they may have a good product, but bad company name.
Anyhow, so basically what it is they're very small black irrigation hose tubing. And intermittently, it has like an L bracket where it's got where it connects the hose, and you can put them in wherever you want. But basically, you can put these up like under your patio umbrella, anywhere you want. My thought process was that they're going to go up. They come with zip ties and everything. They're going to be zip tied to the solar lights.
Okay.
And now the nozzles are like needlepoint nozzles that shoot out an extremely fine mist to the effect where the reviews are all 5 stars, and they said it cools you down.
Right.
It's misting almost right on top of you, but you don't get wet. Because with the heat and the mist, by the time it gets to you, it just has a cooling effect, and it's already, dissipated by then. So I tried it out. It's really cool. You can adjust the nozzles in different directions. But I thought while we were out there on those nights like last 4th of July, wouldn't that be great to have freezing cold hose water, coming out of a mist to cool us down instead of sweating your butt off out there with stagnant air and everything like that. And literally it can just be ran across that wire, ran down the side of the house and hooked right up to the hose.
So
you wouldn't notice a difference.
What you're really doing is raising the bar so that the next time any of us goes like, oh, why don't you come over to my house? You're going to be like, oh, you and your stagnant air? You don't have you're not using the Initech, are you?
Hot air.
Why would I come there?
Raising the bar in my backyard, no pun intended.
Yes.
Yep, that's my pick of the week.
I'll just do Dearborn Music. I ran over there this week. It was the first time I'd been there in the last 80 days. but it's a local merchant, and they do have an online presence. So if you want to do some shopping for music, whether it's vinyl or whether it's, T-shirts or collectibles or any of that other stuff, definitely give them a chance. Because we got to support our local merchants. I went on just digging through crates for about 45 minutes and walked out of there light many dollars. So
I want to say, not for a pick of the week, but you had gave them props before when you said that it's kind of fun because you and Jack and Cecilia can go in there and you guys kind of all go your separate ways, but still really enjoy yourselves. Everyone kind of finds one little thing that they want to get or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I think you had expressed that, you enjoyed doing it, but it was really cool to see that your kids liked it as well.
Yeah, that sounds about right. So if I already did it as a pick, I apologize.
No, I don't think it was.
No,
a
you
pick
haven't.
of the week.
Yeah,
I think
you
you
just came up in conversation.
Now I officially can't do it anymore. It's been a pick, so I really need to stop.
Damn you, Nick Bader, in your memory.
I'm just saying, support your local merchants. Do more music.
Cory, your pick of the week.
My pick, going back to the whole reading thing, due to some conversation with a certain Mr. Todd Dillon that we had recently. Mm-hmm. I said there's some things in the work that I'm trying to work on and get done. And one of those things being a shit ton of reading that he assigned to me.
Any of them have you started or finished? Or
I have. I'm about 75% through the first book that he assigned to me.
What are your thoughts on it?
I'll give you the book is not my. Well, I guess it could be part of the pick of the week, but it's Goals by Brian Tracy, and he basically outlines for anyone looking to further themselves in life, their career. If you have a goal of any sort, basically how to fast track yourself to it, and the tips and guidance that he has, not only from himself, but people out there that are multimillionaires, that have come from nothing. It wasn't stuff that was handed to them. It was stuff they did on their own in order to get to where they're going and where they're at, mm-hmm. and where they want to continue going. Mm-hmm. It's basically saying that the sky's the limit. As long as you put yourself to these set of circumstances and you kind of live by these tips and things that he gives you. And there's a lot of good stuff in there, and it's stuff that it's actually very simple and kind of, when you read it, you're like, oh, that doesn't seem like it would work. But the more you think about it and the more you just incorporate, one thing into your life, a day, it actually does work. And it's kind of amazing to see that. I will tell you though, at first, like reading the first maybe 10 pages, really feel like quite a piece of shit. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're reading, you're like, oh yeah, well, I'm just clearly an asshole that has no ambition whatsoever.
I like to keep inspirational notes on my bathroom mirror. Tell me to do a good job today and try something new.
You're really not far off.
I know.
You're really not far off.
Right. Those books where they're like, okay, every day I like to do 10 random acts of kindness for complete strangers. Have you done that? I know you have. And you're like, fuck.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember that naval academy commander or whatever that gave the graduation speech
about making his bed?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he said, for those that don't know, always make your bed every day. It's not about being cleanly. It's not about being neat. But basically he went on to say that no matter how bad your day gets or how many things you fucked up at or how it's circling the drain, you'll completely forget about it and you'll come home to a freshly made bed. And that's one thing that you succeeded at. And you can mark your stamp of approval on the day because, you gave yourself a goal and you completed it. And that was the first thing you did. So if nothing else goes right, you come home to that bed and it gives you that kind of sense of calm. Like,
and that's exactly where this is kind of going, except with the, just kind of, moving up and forward in life. You might be, and like I said, I don't want to give too much away because I'd rather people read it because it is a great read. And I thought for sure when Todd gave it to me and was like, well, this doesn't really, it's not really part of, what we're looking at doing here, what you're looking at doing, but it'll give you some background, some insight of what you need to do to get there. And so I'm like, oh shit, well, this isn't going to be, it's obviously not going to be a fun read. But even a couple pages into it, I'm like, well, this actually is kind of fun because I want to see where he's going, what else he has to say. So I'd rather people do that. But yeah, it kind of goes along those lines. But it's about looking forward and bettering yourself on basically on the fast track, and basically saying that if you want to achieve something or there's a goal or a career you have set in mind, no matter what it might be, you can still accomplish that. Obviously outside, as long as you're not 80 years old and want to be a Navy SEAL, but anything that you can put your mind to and sit down and do, you can accomplish no problem. But the actual pick of the week for that is, since he assigned me this list of books, I purchased an Amazon Kindle Paperwhite.
Yeah, how do you like it?
Dude, fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, compact. The screen on it, it's very matte. It's literally like reading
a book,
an actual book.
They're matte finish.
Yeah,
it's not glossy, nothing.
The LEDs in it, it almost looks. It's not a backlight, so it's not this light's not coming out at you, so it's not hurting your eyes. Because I thought at first, I'm like, I could just download everything on my iPad or my laptop and read it from there. But there's been plenty enough times where I've left my computer at night and been like, oh man, I'm like, my eyes are really killing me.
Mm-hmm.
And this does not have that effect whatsoever.
Okay.
And when you're doing it, it's about reading that book that you have in front of you. It's not, oh, well, someone's messaging me, I can message them back. And
no distractions.
you have that book in front of you, and that's it. And now that they're waterproof, they're awesome. So yeah, if you want to take it in the pool and you drop it, take it out, it's gonna be fine. But I think one of the biggest things is having that book in front of you, and being like, well, this is the time I'm gonna read this. I'm not getting other distractions of text messages popping up or anything like that, or emails popping up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it was great too, because Amazon, rather than paying, I think it was $130, $140, since it's one of their products, they let you make payments on it. So you can pay $15 a month, $20 a month, whatever.
Right.
So it's kind of almost baiting you in to be like, oh, you're not paying that up front. Just here, give us $15 a month and we'll send you this Kindle.
Yeah. Yeah. They're counting on you. It's like they're going to drag more money from you by your investment from the Kindle is going to drag more money through Amazon shopping in general.
And you're also buying books from them because you're going to be buying it through Amazon. But the best part about that,
it's the gateway drug,
basically. But the best part about being, if once you have the Kindle and you're buying digital versions of the book, they're basically cut in half. So you're talking about books that were $23 automatically go down to $13. Some go down to $10. So, but the books are cheap as can be, and then you can also get ones that have an audio book available. So let's say you've been reading, all day and whatever, but you need to drive somewhere and you don't want to put the book down, as people say.
Yeah.
You can hook it up to your stereo via Bluetooth and continue playing it right where you left off through the audio. So, Amazon Kindle Paperwhite.
Well, we are at 2:23, not including the break. 2:38, including the break. So, time to wrap it up. Put a bow on it.
I think so.
Miss Finn, thanks for hanging in there. Some of it was dry, we understand, but for the Schnozzcast.
See you later.
Cory.
Good night, everyone. See you on the next one.
Mr. Rankin.
Good evening.
And I'm Nick. Be good to yourselves and each other. Have a good night.